Testing 1 2. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Testing 1 2.
Come on, man. Yo, y'all gotta stop talking when I'm putting my sound effects on. I'm saying oh for a reason. You see that young champion, the future champ in the building, god damn it. He ain't afraid to pop up in this mud, huh? He ain't afraid. Y'all playing around stuff. That's right. Yeah, but you talk that talk. The man didn't ask you nothing about what's important. He's asking you, he's challenging you to do something.
Yeah. Y'all already know what it is. Captain, can you hear me?
He's challenging y'all.
What's going on, Sal? Hold on. Can you hear me, Sal?
I hear you, Captain. I just took you off mute.
Okay,
what's going on, man? Hey, yo, listen, man.
What's up?
Your ISUPK rappers can't touch the HOK rappers, brother. I'm telling you, if you want that battle, if we want the battle, we can set it up. You can get ISUPK versus the HOK rappers, brother.
Okay, let me see. I'm gonna play it in my head. So, are you talking about like we take our songs versus your songs?
That's right.
You ain't ready, man. You ain't ready.
Yeah, all right. Okay.
Listen, we can do it.
I'm talking about doing it right here. Bring your crew, have them come on, and I get my peoples and have them come on, bro.
Say less. I'm gonna tell you, we got challenged like a couple years
ago.
We
talking about battle rap, conscious battle rap, brother.
Yeah. You talk about where they battle each other, or you talk about they play the song and then the people vote for the song?
Yeah, we battling. That's still battling.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, so like, let's say if Tazaryach got a song and he goes up against one of your boys and they song, and then we let the people vote.
That's right.
Whoop y'all ass. We'll whoop y'all ass.
Okay, that sounds good.
Listen, you ain't ready for them. Listen, we ain't Christians. That's all I'm gonna tell you. We not Christians.
All right, man. Hey, yo. First of all, let me say there's absolutely no profanity.
Facts.
No profanity. And I see you getting ready to do your thing, brother. Live, probably hiding under the bed, pinking. And we are live on both channels. Starting at the studio and the HOK. Perfect. So without any further ado, I want to pass you the mic, brother. And you're dealing with Allah and Yahweh.
Right. Well, we say Yahawah. I know why people say Yahweh. So I'm not offended. If you say Yahweh, it's not going to offend me. I just wanted Yahawah to be in the title.
Okay, Yahawah. Yeah. Okay, my bad. Yahawah.
Right. And so...
Okay. But what's the difference, though? I mean, I hear Israelites say Yahawah Shah. They say Yahawah, or they say
Yahawah Shah is Christ's name. That means the Lord saves.
Yeah, right.
Yahawah is the Lord's name. So, like Allah, for example, Allah would in Hebrew, like Elohim, what they say for Elohim in modern Hebrew or Elohim, that's what the Allah would be in Islam. Because Elohim means Elohim or Elohim translates to God or gods, and Allah in their language is God. But the name of the God in Israel is Yahawah. Some people may say Jehovah, some people may say Yahweh, but in the Bible, his name is not Allah. You're not going to find Allah being God's name nowhere in the Old Testament. You will see the word God, but we're not talking about the word God. We talk about his name.
What's up with all the confusion? And then you say shalom. Hold up. Then someone say shalom, and then other Israelites say shalom, and then you say, well, no, that's not the way you do it. That's not. But other Israelites say like the mighty Hebrew. He would say shalom.
Yeah, he would say shalom because I think if you actually, my brother actually broke it down. When you say shalom, the O. They inserted the Y for the O. So when they're pronouncing it, they put the Y sound separate. But in actuality, it's just shalom. Even though the Y is in there, the Y is not pronounced. So they're pronouncing the Y. I don't know why, because once you put the Y in there, you're pluralizing or you're making it peaceful or piecing. Shalom is just peace. Like watch is shamar. If you was watching something, it's shawamar. So like that, so that's what the Y. So they actually changing the usage of that word. That word wouldn't be in the beginning of a greeting. It might be in the middle or something like that, but it wouldn't be in the beginning. The first verse, I didn't plan on showing it. Well, let me add this. I want to add this scripture into this text so people can understand what I mean by the difference. And so how I came about this a couple months ago, Sarnetta, of course, asked me to do this thing with Islam. And so I told him that I would do it. And so he's the reason for it. Shout out to Sarnetta. Of course, I like working with the brother. That's my brother. You could say he almost started my YouTube stuff that I do. I give him all credit. I won't be like other people in the world that try to take Sarnetta's credit away. I give him all the credit in the world. And so that's why I'm doing it. So when I do this, it's going to seem like to disrespect Islam, which I have no love for Islam. I think everybody knows that I have absolutely none. When I say none, I mean none. Wow. Yeah, I don't love Islam at all. Islam is like Christianity to me. Islam is like something else that came along and plagued us from serving the Most High the way the Most High would have us serve him. That's the God of the Arabs, and that's not the God of the Bible. But a lot of people think that because it's, black people, you got two different types of Muslims too. The Muslims I'm focusing on is just those from the Quran. The reason why I'm doing it that way is because black Muslims don't really follow the Quran. They follow Elijah Muhammad's type of Islam, which doesn't necessarily follow the Quran. They actually utilize more of the Bible than they do the Quran.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think the Honorable Elijah Muhammad Islam is better than following the Arab Islam?
I would say Elijah Muhammad's Islam is more about black people than the Allah.
Right. Would you say that's better? So would you say that is better than
Okay, they're both still bad, but if you had to pick one, I would pick the one that would put me with the brothers as opposed to one that put me with Arabs.
Right. Now, Captain Tazaryach, y'all wouldn't be saying the white man is the devil today if it wasn't for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He brought that to the scene. Yes, he did. There was no one saying that. He brought that to America.
Slaves
and black people, hold up. Black people were afraid to say stuff like that. And so when Elijah Muhammad came, he started talking about the white man's the devil, look him in his eyes, and that's where that come about. So I want y'all to acknowledge that. Don't forget that, man. The Nation of Islam was here before the radical Israelites.
You lucky I don't have this book. But this book I have called when I was a slave memoirs. Slaves been calling the white man the devil since slavery. Yeah. So if you want to say, as far as like on TV, as far as on the front line, yeah, you could say they said that from that position. But calling the white man the devil, is since slavery. But if you want to say they the first ones was like real hardcore with calling the white man the devil, you can give the Muslims the credit.
That's what I'm
talking about. The black Muslims, you can give them the credit for that. But then it's a flip because when Malcolm went to Mecca, he started eating and drinking with them, serving the same God together.
Yeah.
So they wasn't that much of a devil. You ain't gonna see no white man in our thing. The white man ain't gonna be with us in this thing.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Malcolm, man. But Khalid got on him for that though. Khalid Muhammad.
Yeah. Malcolm didn't have the brotherhood necessary to keep Islam together. Like that's the as great as Malcolm was, if he had brotherhood, they would probably still be that strong force together. The memory of the nation in the 60s would be better if they had better brotherhood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like once Elijah Muhammad checked Malcolm didn't like to check it, and now he leaving and start telling on people. You know what I mean? So that just wasn't a good thing. So
when you say No, Malcolm didn't. What you mean? Malcolm didn't what? Because everything we said up here was right.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about.
What you mean?
Yeah, sometimes Mandinka or what is his name, Jeremiah Judah, sometimes he be on point, but he can only be on point for like 60 seconds and then he be gone. then he be off his rocker. But so what I'm gonna do, so I do have a PowerPoint. I'm gonna present. Let me see. Now I just started using, believe it or not, Sidnet, I just bought a Mac computer. Yeah, I'm trying to step my little game up and use a Mac computer. So let me make sure I got this right. How do I need to shrink it? See, that's the part I didn't like. Hold up. I need to reduce. All
right. He said, what white man did you say Malcolm was eating with, Captain?
That's from the movie. Well,
yeah, but you know what? It's true. Malcolm was drinking from the same cup with them now. Yeah. When he went to the Haas.
Yeah. That's what he
when he went to go to you know.
Don't get mad at us because he was doing that, man. Get mad at him. Shit, that's his fault. I'm trying to turn on what I'm trying to do is reduce the size of this.
You know how to do it with the Mac?
Well, I got the share part. I'm just trying to make sure that I present the screen so that you can see it so I can start. So I'm gonna try. Let me come over here. I'm gonna present screen, boom, share screen. Here we go. Let me see. There we go. Entire screen. Okay, so let me see. Can you see my screen now? Let me know if you can see my screen.
Yep, I can see it. It's up. It's up.
Where did PowerPoint go? Hold on. Where did PowerPoint go? So you can leave that there. Where the damn? Hold on one second.
You don't have a PowerPoint. You got the Word.
No, I got a PowerPoint. It's a PowerPoint. You see that? This is a PowerPoint.
No, you got a Keynote, right?
No, I didn't use. You know what? I didn't get it.
You're not using the Mac right now.
No, I'm using the Mac, but I'm using the
PowerPoint. The Mac got Keynote. They don't have PowerPoint.
Listen, look at this thing right here. It says PowerPoint.
What is it? Where?
At the top. See right there? Say PowerPoint. So I don't know Keynote. Said you got to teach me that. So I'm gonna have to get some.
Yeah, I got Keynote.
Okay, so,
bad, bro.
All right, so
Keynote
I'm gonna get the Keynote. All right, so I'm gonna get the Keynote so that
you should have it in your computer.
It probably is. I probably just didn't never use it. I you know, because I only been using. So I'm not super but I'm a novice. I'm kind of new to it. Okay, so I see Keynote. I'm gonna get it, but I'm not gonna use it today.
But you can't get. Don't do it today because you got to learn it. But it's good, man. Keynote is bad. Okay. Better than PowerPoint.
All right, I'm gonna make sure I use it. All right, so I'm gonna pull this up so y'all should be able to see my screen now.
Yeah, your screen is sharing.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to begin now. This will be slides where the sole purpose of this is to show the difference between the God of the Quran and the God of the Bible. And for any Muslim that's going to challenge me, you're going to have to show how they're the same. For example, everybody doing a little intermittent fasting, aka Ramadan. That's all it is intermittent fasting, where you stop eating from the sun up to sundown. But you're eating all the food you can before the sun come up, and then you're eating all the food again when the sun goes down. So now the first scripture here, if you notice, this says, is Allah and Yahawah the same? First scripture is Psalms 83 and 18. It says that men may know that thou whose name alone is, this says Jehovah, in Hebrew it would be Yahawah, art the most high over all the earth. So now we just established what the name of the God of Israel is. So you can't say his name is God. You have to say his name is Yahawah, or his name is Jehovah, or his name is Yahweh, whichever translation you fit. The man that brought the Quran was a man by the name of Muhammad, claimed he met an angel. The problem with that is when you read Deuteronomy 18 and 18, which is right here, it says, I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren, like unto thee. This is Moses saying that our prophets have to be one of our brethren. What does that mean, one of our brethren? That means it has to be a fellow Israelite. It can't be a non-Israelite. And it says, I will put my words into his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I shall command them. John 1 and 45, this Deuteronomy 18 and 18 applied directly to Christ. When you read Philip, this is John 1 and 45. Philip finding Nathanael and saith unto him, we have found him of whom Moses and the law and the prophets did write, Jesus of Nazareth, the son of Joseph. Muhammad was an Arab Ishmaelite. Where does it say that Ishmaelites will lead God's chosen people? When you read Psalms, the 83rd chapter, this one right here, if I was to bring, let me see if I could do this. I'm going to slide this over. Y'all should be able to see this. If I slide this, let me just shrink you down a little bit. So I want to show y'all this. So if I slide this over, which y'all see, when y'all see this right here in Psalms, when you see verse 6, so now I'm going to read verse 5 so you can understand why an Ishmaelite can't be over Israel or be a prophet of Israel. This is Psalms, the 83rd chapter. It says, keep not thy silence, O God, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. So now we're reading the Psalms where the enemies of God have lifted up their head against God. It says they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. Now it's going to name the nations that are against the God of Israel. It says the tabernacles of Edom. That's the Edomites. Then it says, and the Ishmaelites. So if Muhammad is an Arab, which is what the Ishmaelites come from, how can we have in our book where the Ishmaelites are confederate against God, trying to make the name of Israel be cut off from a nation, and then you telling us God sent Muhammad, who's an Ishmaelite, as a prophet? That don't even make sense. All right, so I'm going to slide this back over. Keep that over there just in case I got to bring it back. We're going to go back to the PowerPoint, which is here. Then it says, and so now also further in the Bible, it says, and this is in Galatians 1 and 6, this is what I'm reading right here. It says, I marvel that ye are so soon removed from him that have called you into the grace of Christ into another gospel. This is important because the Quran is absolutely another gospel. We'll get into it. They don't keep a Sabbath day. They don't keep Day of Atonement. They don't keep Passover, where if it's the same God, it should be the same worship. When you go from the Old Testament and the New Testament, Christ kept the Passover. Old Testament, they kept the Passover. Christ kept Hanukkah. Old Testament, they kept Hanukkah. They kept Day of Atonement. They kept the same feast days. Christ wore fringes. They wore fringes in the Old Testament. So Galatians 1 and 6 says, called you into grace unto that which is another gospel, which is not another, but there be some that trouble you and would pervert the gospel of Christ. Here's another criteria that we're going to have. In verse 8, it says, but though we or an angel from heaven preach any other gospel unto you than that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed. So now what the writer is saying is that whether if I or an angel come and try to give you any other doctrine than what God gave us, let him be accursed. So how can Muhammad come and give us some new mumbo jumbo, or even tell us that the angel Gabriel, which never met Muhammad, can come and give him what they call the Quran or some nonsense like that? Galatians 1 and 9 says, and as we have said before, so now I say again, if any man preach any other gospel, let him be accursed. So if Muhammad is teaching a different gospel and saying that he's the prophet and it's opposite of Christ, to the Israelites, he's accursed. We don't mess with him. We don't deal with him at all. I'm going to keep going. Next slide. Is the God of Israel the same as the God of the Quran? So here we have a parallel. So as you can see, I put the name of God's name, that's Psalms 83 and 18, says Yahawah. God of the Quran's name is Allah. Allah has no begotten son. God's only begotten son is Christ and Israel. John 3:16 says, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not have perished life. Shall not perish, but have everlasting life. When you read 2 Ezra 6 and 58, you find that Israel is also his begotten. It says, but we thy people Israel, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover are given into their hands. So if the Bible clearly says Israel is his only begotten, and again, Muhammad is an Arab, what are we talking about? When you read, salvation is only through Muhammad as Allah's prophet. In the Bible, salvation is through Christ. We have a contradiction there. You can't have salvation through Christ and salvation through Muhammad. Surah 2 and 116, they say Allah has offspring. Glory to him. In fact, in him belong whatever is in the heavens and the earth are all subject to his will. What offspring is that? We need to know. Maybe somebody can answer that for me, what his offspring is, because I've yet to find it. And if he says all the whole earth is his offspring, whatever's in the heavens and the earth, that is a contradiction, because the Bible says that Israel is his only son. As a matter of fact, let me slide this over real fast. Give me 1 second. I didn't mean to do that. Let me slide this over. Let me show you. Just in case y'all might be confused, like Cap, he made all the nations on the planet. Let's see what God said about that. Let me see. Hold up. Let me bring this here. Hold on. Bear with me 1 second. Yep, let's get this here. There we go. So we're going to slide you over here. Yeah, let's look in the Bible. Let's see what the Bible says. This is the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 1. It says, hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you of your iniquities. If we go further into Genesis, this is Genesis 22. This is Genesis 22. And this is God speaking to Abraham. And it says, and it came to pass after these things that God did tempt Abraham and said unto him, Abraham, and he said, behold, here I am. And he said, take now thy son, thine only son Isaac. So now they can't even say that Abraham had other sons, even though he had sons of the flesh. God said his only son was Isaac. So the Muslims can't tell us that Ishmael is his son. So that's garbage to us. But to their Allah, they can do whatever they want. So now when we come back to this slide here, this is Surah 4 and 157. It says, and for boasting, we killed the Messiah, Jesus, son of Mary, the messenger of Allah, but neither they killed nor crucified him. So now in the Quran, wait, let me keep reading. But they neither killed nor crucified him. It was only made to appear so. Even those who argue for this crucifixion are in doubt. They have no knowledge whatsoever, only making assumptions. They certainly did not kill him. So now the Quran would have you believe that the Bible is a lie, because the Bible says that he was crucified. The Quran says he wasn't. So how are we going to stand with the Quran when the Quran is in a clear contradiction with the Bible? This is Luke 24 and 6. It says, this is when the angel was talking to the women. It says, he is not here, but he is risen. Remember how he spoke unto you when he was yet in Galilee, saying, the Son of Man must be delivered into the hands of sinful men and be crucified, and the third day rise again. So if the Bible is saying he rose up, the Quran saying he didn't. The Quran comes hundreds of years after. I'm not listening to the Quran. They don't agree with each other whatsoever. Is the God of the Bible, the God of Israel, the same as the Allah of the Quran? And Allah, and the God of the Quran says, prayed first towards Jerusalem, but then changed to praying towards Mecca. So let me blow this up just a little bit, see if I can make this a little bigger. It says, Imam al-Bukhari reported that al-Bara bin Azib narrated Allah's messenger offered his prayer facing Jerusalem for 16 or 17 months, but he wished he could pray facing the Kaaba or Makkah. The first prayer which he offered facing the Kaaba was the Asar prayer, in the company of some people. Then one of those who offered that prayer with him went out and passed some people in a mosque who were in a bowing position during their prayers facing Jerusalem. He addressed them saying, by Allah, I bear witness that I've offered prayer with the prophet facing Makkah. Hearing that, those people immediately changed the direction towards the house or Kaaba, while still as they were bowing in the same position. So now when you read in the Bible which is, this is 1 Kings 8:28. We pray facing Jerusalem. Muhammad just said we're not praying facing Jerusalem. We're praying facing the Kaaba. So now, if Muhammad changes the way we're supposed to pray, so that we can pray towards his God, but our book says we pray towards Jerusalem because that's where our God said our city was, who are we supposed to follow? Are we supposed to follow Muhammad, or are we going to follow the Bible? I'm going to follow the Bible. I'm not following him. So this is 1 Kings 8:28. It says, yet have thou respect unto the prayer of thy servant and to his supplication, O Lord, my power, to hearken unto the cry and to the prayer which thy servant prayed before thee today. Verse 29, that thine eyes may be open toward this house night and day, even toward the place of which thou hast said, my name shall be there. His name was never in that Kaaba or Makkah, whatever they call that in Islam, but his name was in Jerusalem, that thou mayest hearken unto the prayer which thy servant shall make toward this place. Verse 30, and hearken thou to the supplication of thy servant and of thy people Israel, when they shall pray towards this place. And hear thou in heaven thy dwelling place, and when thou hearest, forgive. Daniel is a prime example of this because Daniel prayed towards Jerusalem. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 6, verse 10. Now Daniel knew that the writing was signed, and he went into his house, and his windows being open in his chamber towards Jerusalem. It didn't say towards this Kaaba, whatever this garbage is over here. It said towards Jerusalem. He kneeled upon his knees 3 times a day and prayed and gave thanks before his God as he did aforetime. These are questions we got to get answers from Muslims when you say that the God of the Bible is the same God of the Quran. It should be the same. No other God. Buddha don't change. Let me see. Buddha don't change. Them Kemet gods probably change. Other gods don't change. You don't transfer gods and then change their whole way of worship. You would have to show where God has given up his Sabbath day. God has given up the Passover. God has given up Day of Atonement. You got to show where God gave that up. Malachi 3 and 6, I'm the Lord thy God, I changed not. He didn't give none of that up. I'm going to go further. Is the God of the Bible, is the God of Israel the same as Allah of the Quran? The Bible says Yahawah is the way, the truth, and the life. So when you look here, it says, while he yet spake, behold, a bright cloud overshadowed them. Let me see if I could just make this a little bigger. Yeah, I think that works better. It says, while he yet spake, behold, this is Matthew 17 and 5. It says, while he yet spake, a bright cloud overshadowed them, and behold, a voice out of the cloud which said, this is my beloved son, in whom I am well pleased. Hear ye him. Never said Muhammad. John 14 and 6. Yahawah saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. But for some reason, we got to believe that Muhammad is now the way to Allah. And he could be the way to Allah, but he's not the way to Yahawah. He is not the way to the God of Israel. Surah 5 and 68 say, O prophet, O people of the book, you have nothing. Ooh, this is crazy. It says, O people of the book, this is in the Quran. You have nothing to stand on unless you observe the Torah, the gospel, and what has been revealed to you from your Lord. The Quran says that we have nothing to stand on unless we observe the Torah and the gospel. And once you start observing the Torah and the gospel, you're going to burn that Quran. That Quran is firewood. Listen, I ain't got no fire. In one of my establishments that's a house, I got a fireplace in there. Quran would be a good place to put that fire, to burn that fire, probably burn like a good old Christmas tree all up in my house, keep it warm all through the winter. It says, and it says, from your Lord, and your Lord's revelation to you, O prophet, will only cause many of them to increase in wickedness and disbelief, so do not grieve for the people who disbelieve. Then it says, the Quran says he was Muhammad, the Quran says that Muhammad is the last messenger. It don't say that in the Bible. The Quran has the Ramadan with intermittent fasting. I call it intermittent fasting because you're only not eating for about 12 hours. You act like y'all dying. They be out there like it's some solemn or anything like that. It ain't that deep. But God's high holy days are Leviticus 23rd chapter, 2nd verse. It says, speak ye unto the children of Israel, and say unto them concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, even these are my feast. So where's Ramadan in the feast days? Where's the Sabbath day? When I looked this up, it said Quran got the intermittent fast, and they call that Ramadan. You got your Hajj. Hajj is not in the Bible. The birthday of Muhammad for sure ain't in the Bible. Islam has 2 official holidays, the Eid al-Fitr and the Eid al-Adha. That don't match up with the Bible. The former is celebrated at the end of month Ramadan. Eid al-Adha, which means Feast of Sacrifices, celebrated just 2 months after Eid al-Fitr. If I'm saying that wrong, I apologize. At the same time, when many Muslims perform the Hajj pilgrimage, it coincides with the end of the Hajj, the annual Islamic pilgrimage to Mecca in Saudi Arabia, and is generally considered the holier of the 2 festivals. But this ain't in the Bible. So why do we keep making it seem like Allah and Yahawah are the same? Allah and Yahawah ain't the same. Allah and Jehovah ain't the same. Allah and Yahweh ain't the same. When we read Leviticus 23:3, it says, 6 days shall ye work, be done, but the 7th day of the Sabbath rest, a holy convocation, ye shall do no work. Now, one of our other feast days is the Passover. That's coming up April 12th. We'll be in Atlanta for this year's Passover, Leviticus 23:5. You got the Feast of First Fruits, when we bring the first fruits. You got the Day of Atonement, when we fast for a day. So these days are in total contradiction with the feast days in the Quran. We have found no similarities in nothing. Name is different, worship is different, laws is different. Is the God of the Israel the same as the God of the Quran? This is Allah. It says Surah 3:93. It says, all food is lawful for the children of Israel, except what Israel made unlawful for himself before the Torah was revealed. Say, O prophet, bring the Torah and read it if your claims are true. So now, even in the Quran, it's recognizing that the children of Israel have lawful and unlawful food. Surah 2, 172 and 173. O believers, eat from the good things we have provided to you and give thanks to Allah if you truly worship him alone. He has only forbidden you to eat carrion, blood, and swine, and what is slaughtered in the name slaughtered in any name other than Allah. But if someone is compelled by necessity, neither driven by desire nor exceeding need, they would not be sinful. Surely Allah is forgiving. So what he's saying is, if you compel by necessity and you ain't got no choice, you can go ahead and eat that pork. You can eat that shrimp, crab, you can eat that. The God of the Bible is a little different. Leviticus 11:1, it says, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Aaron, saying unto them, speak to the children of Israel, saying, these are the beasts which ye shall eat among the beasts. So when you read Leviticus, the 11th chapter, the criteria for any beast or land creature, they have to have a split hoof and chew the cud. For those that don't know what cud is, like a cow, for example, a lamb, for example, they have multiple stomachs. So they're digested. The way that they digest food is different. So they actually regurgitate the food, take the food back in. So they're digesting it multiple times. So that way, by the time we eat it, it's not like a pig, because a pig has a split hoof, but the pig doesn't chew the cud. So each, when it comes to fish, when it comes to air, there's a certain criteria to do that. Leviticus 11:46 says, this is the law of beasts and of fowl. There is no condition in the Bible where you can eat unlawful food. 2 Maccabees, the 7th chapter, people may not know of this story, but in 2 Maccabees, the 7th chapter, there was a mother and her 7 sons who was compelled by the king to taste swine's flesh. This is what they said. It says, it came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh. Now, this goes right to compelled by necessity, because Muhammad said you can eat it if you compel. Let's see what they said. Verse 2, but one of them that spake first and said, thus, what wouldest thou ask or learn from us? We are ready to die rather than we are ready to die rather than to transgress the laws of our fathers. That's how the children of Israel got down. The children of Israel didn't get down by being compelled. You can go further in the book of Daniel when they wouldn't eat that meat sacrificed to idols and they went into that fire. But if you're a Muslim, go ahead and eat that pork and shrimp and crab and lobster because the Quran say you could do so. We are not the same. When Kendrick got that song, "They Not Like Us," the Quran is not like us at all. Now we got, how can you treat your women? The Quran gives way to beat your woman. Facts. This is Surah 4:34. It says, men are the protectors and maintainers of women because Allah has given the one more strength than the other, and because they support them from their means. Therefore, the righteous women are devoutly obedient and guard in the husband's absence what Allah would have them guard. As to the women on whose part ye fear disloyalty. Whew. So what's crazy about this, it says on whose women part who you fear disloyalty. Meaning they might not even be disloyal. You just might fear that they might be disloyal. This is what it says to you. It says disloyalty, ill conduct, admonish them first. That's a check-in. Refuse their bed. Don't have sex with them. And last, beat them lightly. And for the life of me, what does, like how do you beat a woman lightly? What woman you know? First of all, just think about this. So you done checked her. You done argue with her. You done denied her sex. And then you come in to give her ass whipping with the belt. You like, is this lightly? Is this beating them lightly with the belt? Or is like beating them that lightly? And as you beating them, is the woman like, in Allah's name, he's beating me, punish me, correct me, do this. That's not in the Bible. There's no condition. There's no condition to beat your woman. Deuteronomy 20, like if you find out that your woman in the Old Testament, you could actually divorce your woman because of the enmity or if it's that much. Moses in Deuteronomy 24:1, when a man had taken a wife and married her and it come to pass, she find no favor in his eyes because he had found some uncleanness in her. The uncleanness means she does something against the law. It doesn't mean like she got on your nerves or something like that. It says, then let him write her a bill of divorcement and give it in her hand and send her out the house. It doesn't say beat your wife. Ephesians 5:22 says, wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord. For the Lord is for the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church, and he is the savior of the body. Therefore, as the church is subject unto Christ, so let the wives be to their own husbands. Then it says, husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for it. And that's what we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be the protectors. We're providing, and the providing ain't financial. The providing is giving everything that woman needs, protection, mental, it could be finances as well, but money doesn't keep the relationship. Your leadership keeps the relationship. Verse 28, so ought men love their wives as their own bodies. So just like a man ain't gonna beat himself, a man cannot beat his woman. He that loveth his wife loveth himself. For no man ever yet hated his own flesh, but nourish it and cherish it, even as the Lord the church. There is not a verse in the Bible that you can beat your wife, but there is a surah in the Quran that you can beat your woman. I only got a couple more slides left, and then, suddenly I'll take some calls or questions if they got them. This is Surah 22 and 26. It says, and remember when we assigned to Abraham the site of the house, saying, do not associate anything with me in worship and purifying my house for those that circle the Kaaba. Now we're getting into that rock worship. That rock worship is nasty work. You ever see them circling around that rock? They say people be dying trying to get and kiss that rock. And real Muslims will tell you that they kissing the rock. Real Muslims, the little black Muslims over here in America, they'll probably try to fight it and say they ain't kissing the rock. Them real Arabs, they will say that that's a rock that they kissing. Nowhere in the Bible does it say to worship or circle anything in the worship of God. Then it says, he said, do you then worship besides God what possess no power, to benefit or harm you. This is Surah 21 and 66, Khalifa. According to the hadiths, Muhammad refused to enter the Kaaba because of all its idols. This is narrated by Ibn Abbas. When Allah's apostle came to Mecca, he refused to enter the Kaaba with the idols in it. He ordered the idols to be taken out. So what they was doing besides that rock, they had other idols in it. So now I'm going to keep reading. It says he ordered idols to be taken out, so they were taken out. The people took out the pictures of Abraham and Ishmael holding aslams in their hand. Allah's apostle said, may Allah curse these people. By Allah, both Abraham and Ishmael never did the game of chance. Abraham never did none of this nonsense because Abraham left his father's house with all the gods that they was worshiping so that he can follow another one. Now, but when we keep reading, same narrator, it said, yet Muhammad didn't apply the Quran's injunctions consistently since he was seen kissing the black stone of the Kaaba. Now you got Muhammad kissing that stone. Good night. Good night. This is narrated by Salim that his father said, I saw Allah's apostle arriving at Mecca and he kissed that black stone corner first while doing the tawaf and did Ramal in the first 3 rounds of the 7 rounds of Tawaf. This is in Sahih al-Bukhari, volume 2, book 26, number 673. It says, a man asked Ibn Umar about touching of the black stone. Ibn Umar said, I saw Allah's apostle touching and kissing it. And why are they saying that? Because you ain't supposed to have no idols. So they wondering, like, what is Muhammad doing kissing it? Why is Muhammad kissing the stone, but then we ain't supposed to have no idols? This written by his people. Then now, for time's sake, at the bottom it says, I saw Umar bin al-Khattab kissing the black stone, and then he said, had I not seen Allah's apostle kissing you? Now he talking to the damn stone. So he getting up to the stone. He looking at the stone. And he said, if I ain't see Muhammad kissing you, I would not have kissed you too. And kissing the damn stone. Let me see. I don't know. Let me make sure I want to see if this what our God said. The God of the Bible. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 64. And this is one of the curses that plague black people to this day. It says, and the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, and from one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which is what black people are doing today. Serving every other God, thinking that it's the God of the Bible, and it's not. Which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. We just read where the Muslims talked about Muhammad kissing that stone and said, and talked to the stone and said, I'm only kissing you because Allah kissed you. This is Habakkuk 2 and 18. It says, what profited the graven image? You notice all throughout the Bible, the God of Israel never said resurrect an idol to me. Every time you see the children of Israel resurrecting an idol, it's to a false god. And that's what we do today with that Christian cross and Christianity and Islam with that rock. The book of Habakkuk says, what profited the graven image that the maker thereof hath graven it? The molten image and the teacher of lies that the maker of his work trusted therein to make dumb idols. That's what the Bible calls Allah. Allah is dumb. Allah is dumb. He can't talk to you. He can't speak to you. He can't do nothing. Habakkuk 2 and 19, it says, woe unto him that saith to the wood, awake, to say to the dumb stone, arise and teach. He talking to the stone. The Bible calls that stone a dumb stone. But Allah talked to the stone and said, arise, it shall teach. Behold, it is laid over with gold and silver. Like they dressed that rock, that big old black thing that you walk around and you doing all that circling, and there is no breath in the midst of it. Let me see if I got anything else. That might be the last slide. Let me just check, side. Let me make sure. Let me see. I think I might have one more. No, that's the last slide, side. It was just 10 slides. I think that's clean. I would love to see if anybody can refute what I just showed.
All right, family, I got the link in the chat if y'all want to come in and ask a question. Let me start with the questions first because I was writing down something.
Okay.
You talked about the Bible that talks about us having clean food, eating clean food versus the Quran.
Right.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay, well, Captain Tazaryach, can you please break this scripture down for me? Because in this scripture, and the only one I know can break it down is the captain.
Right.
So can you break this scripture down for me where it talks about Genesis 9:3? Every moving thing that lives shall be meat for you. Even as the green herbs have I given you all things. So in this scripture, I'm thinking, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's talking about every living thing that live. Talking about a pig, talking about human beings, cannibalism, whatever. I'm just going by what the scripture's saying, brother. I would like for you to go in on that.
So I'm gonna back up, and from your Genesis, I'm gonna start at Genesis 7.
Go ahead.
So in Genesis 7, it says, and the Lord said unto Noah, come thou and all thy house in the ark, for thee I have seen righteous before me in this generation. Of every clean beast thou shalt take thee by sevens, the male and his female, and the beasts that are not clean by two, the male and his female. Of the fowls of the air also by sevens, the male and the female, to keep seed alive upon the face of the earth. So when we get to Genesis 9, and he says every moving thing, it's like having the understanding of what clean and unclean is. Like, people believe that they only knew about clean and unclean animals when Moses gave it in Leviticus, the 11th chapter. But we just read in Genesis, the 7th chapter, that Noah knew what animals was clean and unclean. So when God says to him, every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you, a pig is not meat. So he's not talking about pig. He's not talking about alligator. He's not talking about snake. He's talking about the meats that he already understood as being meat for him. It's that simple.
Okay. All right. I'm not here to debate you, brother. I just asked the question.
Fine. But yeah, if you get brushed back, that's cool.
Okay, that's cool. Talk to me about. You said something about our religion teaches us to pray towards
Jerusalem,
right? But the Islam religion teaches you to pray to what?
Towards Mecca.
Okay, but Captain Tazaryach, isn't Jerusalem and Mecca? That's when you are over here in America, isn't that they both towards the east? So you face the east when you're praying to Jerusalem, and the Muslims face the east when they praying to Mecca, because they both in the east from America.
Yeah, the problem with that though is what you're doing. So what you're essentially saying is, if I'm in America, I'm an Israelite, and then you got the Muslim in America, he's a Muslim. When we face the direction, we're both facing the direction of the east. So it's not, nobody is talking about facing the east, but when you face the east is what you're giving your spirit to. So for us, we're giving our spirit to Jerusalem because that's where the Lord said the direction we're supposed to pray. What the Muslims are doing is they're praying towards Mecca. So we're not praying to the same thing at all. They're praying to the Allah God in Mecca. We're praying to the God of Israel at Jerusalem. That's the difference.
Okay. If you want to come in, you got to turn on your camera. Turn on your camera. Come on, don't be scared to come in, y'all. Turn on your camera. This is the perfect time to ask Captain Tazaryach a question. Let me ask you another question. Who is better? Who is a better role model, Captain? Is it Muhammad or Jesus, and why?
Jesus is a better role model because Jesus got rid of everything. For example, in John the 2nd chapter, when Jesus saw the Pharisees defiling the Lord's house, he beat the hell out of them. He made a scourge of cords and whipped them out of the temple and said that my house, hold on, I'm gonna just read it so y'all can get it. This is John 2 and this is John 2 when he said, so I'm gonna read it says, and when he had made, this is John 2 and 15, it says, and when he had made a scourge of small cords, he drove them all out of the temple, and the sheep and the oxen, and poured out the changers' money, and overthrew the tables, and said unto them that sold doves, take these things hence, make not my father's house a house of merchandise. Muhammad, in the name of his Allah, put an actual idol into what he said is God's house. So Christ taught us to serve the one true living God. He taught us to serve a false God. That's the difference.
Okay. Last question, then I'm going to come to the brothers.
Okay.
If it's only one God of the universe, of the world, then it is fair to say that Allah would have to be a fake God. Am I correct in saying that?
You are absolutely correct. That is a fake garbage God.
All right. There you have it. You hear it from the captain. All right, man. Let me go on over to eBay. eBay, what it is, brother? You have a question for the captain?
What's going on? First, I'd like to rise and give praise to Allah, the one true God. And I give honors to his prophet.
Let's go, brother. Stand up.
Noble Drew Ali. Yeah. And I also give honors to his prophet Muhammad. Peace and blessings be upon all the prophets.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, my question to you is, brother, how did the Israelite faith get started? I thought that Jacob stole the birthright. Am I correct?
Can you show me that?
Huh?
Can you show me? You talk about when he went and got the blessing, right?
Yeah, and when Rebecca, Rebecca had Esau and Jacob, right?
Right. And so what was Rebecca told? I'm asking you a question, brother. What was Rebecca told by God?
No. First, let's put it in perspective. Was he told that by God, or was that a part of the story? How do we actually know God?
Well, you can't isolate. So what you can't do is you can't isolate one part to fit what you want to say without taking the whole thing. So I don't mind going over the story. That's why I'm asking you. What was Rebecca told by God? It's a simple question. If you don't know, you can read it.
I don't know. Go ahead.
So in Genesis 25 and 22, that's when Rebecca was struggling with Jacob and Esau in the womb, right? And as she's struggling, she went and inquired of the Lord. Why were they struggling? It's Genesis 25 and 22. And the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. And this is what the Lord said to her, 23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. So when she had the babies and she saw Esau come first as the elder, she knew from what God told her is that the younger got the blessing and not her. Not the elder. That's what she knew. Then when you read further in Genesis 25 and 29, it says, and Jacob sod pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with the same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore his name was called Edom. And Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me? And Jacob said, swear to me this day, and he sware unto him. So Esau sold the birthright to Jacob. So when Jacob went to get it from Isaac, he wasn't stealing anything from Esau because Esau sold it to him.
Yeah, but it wasn't supposed to go to him. That's why Rebecca had to trick his father, right?
When you say it wasn't supposed to go, when you say it wasn't supposed to go to him, what does that mean?
It was supposed to go to the firstborn, and she had to trick his father into thinking that he was Esau. Am I correct? Did she not go out to the field?
We can get to that part. I'm confused.
As a hairy man and make him smell different so he can.
I don't know if he made him smell different, but he did do the hairy hand. But did God tell her the elder shall serve the younger? Yes or no?
That's your perspective. What I say is no, because hold on, brother. I'll let you talk. So when you're talking about Lord, right? You got a Lord, you got different lords, right? When you're talking about Lord, who is we talking about? The landlord? What Lord are we talking about?
Did he say landlord, Sinetta?
Yeah.
It didn't say the Most High. Did it say the Most High Lord? Did it say? I'm gonna let you know when it's talking about God. When is it talk?
Wait, so now
let me tell you. It's gonna say the Lord of hosts.
That's
the Lord of all the planets.
That's
right?
not true.
That's how you know it's not somebody thinking.
That's not true.
Because a lot of these
here's what we
things
do.
are people's thought, brother.
All right, hold on, eBay.
So
Let him go.
we do in Genesis 25 and 23, that word Lord is not landlord. That word Lord is H3068 Yahawah or Jehovah or Yahweh. So
how do you know?
I just looked it up. Listening is an art, brother. You got to listen. I just gave you the word in Hebrew. That word, the Lord, in that usage. Like, because you can see Lord like where Abraham is called Lord. So if you look up where Abraham is called Lord, it'll be like a master or a boss. But when we look at the word Lord that spoke to Rebecca, that word Lord is Yahawah in the Hebrew. That's how you know. So again, the Lord told her, the elder shall serve the younger. Did Esau sell his birthright to Jacob? Yes or no?
That's according to the story. Then why she had to trick him if he sold?
I'm gonna get to the tricking part. That's
okay.
Fine. But you said stealing. If Esau sold it to him, how could he steal from Esau when Esau sold it to him? If Sinetta is our father, and I got a blessing coming to me from Sinetta, but I sell it to you, but Sinetta doesn't know about it, and then you go to Sinetta and be me to get the blessing, did you steal from me?
How do you steal a birthright? I mean, how do you sell a birthright?
Does this brother comprehend anything?
I'm trying to figure out how you
try it
sell
one more time. I'm trying it one more time. Sinetta is you and my father, right?
Yeah.
I have a blessing as the firstborn that by right comes to me because I'm older than you. I want something from you. You say to Tazaryach, I'll give it to you, but you have to sell me your birthright. I agree to sell my birthright to you. So now the birthright that Sinetta, that the father's given to me, has now passed to you, right?
According between us, yeah.
Right.
Between our agreement.
Right. That's our,
yeah.
Right. That's our agreement. So how could you steal something from me when I gave it to you to get from Sinetta?
Because if that agreement wasn't, it was just between us. It wasn't between the Lord that you talking about. Didn't have no part in that agreement.
No, I didn't bring.
He didn't have no part in that agreement. Isaac, his father, didn't know about that agreement either. It's why she had to trick him.
I never said that Isaac knew about it. That's why I use Sinetta as the example. Sinetta don't know that I sold my birthright to you. You know that I sold my birthright to you. So when you go to get when you go to get my birthright from Sinetta, you are right because I sold it to you. The only way you would be wrong is if I didn't sell it to you and then you went to Sinetta to get it.
Okay, so get to the tricking part.
The tricking part. So when Rebecca goes to make sure Jacob get the blessing, the reason why she said, let the sin be on me is because it wasn't a sin because of what God told her.
All right. We're going to move on from you, brother eBay. See, the problem is when y'all dealing with the champ, y'all dealing with Captain Tazaryach, you got to know how to come at him with logic. And here's what I'm saying. Watch this. Captain Tazaryach.
What's up?
You know that the Lord, there are 6 things that the Lord hates.
Right.
And the 7th one is like an abomination to the Lord.
Right.
The 2nd thing that the Lord hates is a lying tongue. Am I correct?
You are correct.
So both of them are wrong. Rebecca is wrong, and both of them are wrong for selling his birthright, and also Rebecca because she lied. She lied to portray, to make it look like he was giving it to his the firstborn. You see? So they both lied and tricked him out of his birthright. The 2nd thing is he sold his birthright because he was dying. He was getting ready to die of starvation. And so, listen to me go. I'm gonna let you go. In order for him to eat, he sold it for a plate of food. He wanted something to eat. He was starving. He was hungry, brother. And so why would his brother even say, well, give me your birthright and I'll feed you? And so he don't know what's going on. He just want to feed his belly. He eats the food and say, here, all right, here, I'll sell you the birthright. Go ahead, Captain. I'll let you go.
Y'all picking and choosing the parts of the story that y'all want to accept. God told Rebecca who that birthright belonged to. So when it came time for the blessing, Rebecca made sure that Jacob got the blessing. So it was not a lie to God, because God is the one that told Rebecca who was getting the blessing. So Rebecca making happen what God told her is what makes it not a lie. So I'm going to ask you, Sanetta, did God tell Rebecca that the elder shall serve the younger?
Yes, but that's a different topic, though.
That's not the topic.
No, that's a different story right there. But see, Rebecca was eavesdropping and overhearing Isaac plan to bless Esau with his birthright.
And why was that a problem to Rebecca?
Oh man.
Why was that a problem to Rebecca? So Rebecca hears that Esau is about to get the blessing. Why is that?
I see what you're saying, Cap. Right. I got you.
That's a problem to Rebecca, because God told Rebecca that Jacob gets the blessing.
Okay, I got what you're saying.
Right. And here's the beautiful part. We see Esau sell that birthright. Like we just read, this whole family died for not eating pork. Esau didn't. And here's what the Bible says about Esau. This is Hebrews 12 and 16. Hebrews 12 and 16 says, where's that? Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. So he sold the birthright. So you got two things. You got God telling Rebecca Jacob gets the blessing, and you got Esau selling the birthright. The only person that doesn't know is Isaac. That's why they came in there the way that they came. But so it's damn near like God is telling Rebecca what's going to happen, and then we see it play out.
Okay, let's move on. We get in the full house. I don't want to keep you here all day. Let's go to the next brother. My brother, you up. You up on the screen.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you, brother.
How's it going?
Good.
You probably, I don't know if you remember me, but I was on your show like probably about 2 or 3 years ago. I'm brother EB and Enoch.
Okay, let's try to keep it on the topic, y'all. He's dealing with Islam and God and Allah and Yahawah.
So my Car Chronicles fam, they know this brother real well. He's pretty. He's a little mental, but we'll see. We'll see if he's sane now. We'll see if he's sane now.
Sanetta don't know I am. I came on this show about the vegan, but when we was talking about the vegan in the Bible.
Yeah.
He don't really remember. He just said just to say.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead, brother. What you got?
I want before I ask my question, hey Sai, do you think I can have the honor of demolishing this dude in a debate?
Well, you gotta see if he want to accept your debate.
he keep running from me, Sai.
What would the topic be?
What would the topic be? Oh, it's simple. Do they teach the Jesus of the first century?
Oh, do they teach the Jesus of the first century?
Correct. They are teaching a Jesus under a Greco-Roman theology, Paulinus. We have found 50 fragments through the early church fathers who lived around that time, who quoted what the original Gospel of Matthew sounded like, told you what the original apostles carried, like books like Ascension of James and Clementine Homilies. And so when you go into these books, you realize that the same people in the New Testament share the same belief system as the people in the Qumran community, which is the Dead Sea Scrolls. You feel what I'm saying? And so what people don't realize is this, Inetta, that the New Testament is nothing but like a YouTube short.
Can we get to the subject?
The long.
Hold up, we gotta get to the subject.
Yeah, we don't want to hear your Martin Luther King. No,
that's an interesting topic.
It is an interesting topic.
Different.
Yeah, a little different. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, brother. Put your number in the back chat, and maybe we can do a show on it. And you show your information.
Tell them to prove
and
yourself.
Then let the people come out and challenge it.
Yeah, there you go. Prove yourself, young man.
So put your number in the back chat.
He know we gonna do it, man. I got about 20 clips on Captain, man. Like you said, you gotta destroy Captain with logic. You heard me?
All right, so hold on. Put your number in the back chat, brother. Before
put
you
it in the back chat.
Yeah, you know how to do that.
He don't know what the back chat is.
It's right here in the where it say comments at join chat.
No. Where it say 7 people. See it on the side on the right?
Yeah.
click that button right there, and then type your name, number in the back chat, and then we could set up something. Okay, let me go on over to Joseph. What's up, Joseph?
Hey, he didn't get a chance to ask his question though, Si. He wanted to get a debate, but that guy Hanak, but he never asked, unless that was his question.
Hanak, you finished with your question, brother? Hanak. All right. Oh, here you go. Hanak, you finished with
your question? Can you
hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, so what's your question? What's your question, man?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you, bro.
Hold on, I'm finna go out and come back in. Hold on.
Okay. He ain't leave his number, so I don't think he want no smoke.
He retarded. That man retarded. He gonna say you set him up, Si.
Yeah, you know that? I'm tired of that one, man. I'm gonna make 100 videos on me after that. What up, man?
All right, can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you. What's up?
All right, sorry about that. Yeah, so I'm putting my number here right now. So let me know if you see it before I ask my question.
Okay, I see eBay dropped his number, and I see you. Yes, I see you.
Okay, that's me. All right, so my question is this, right? Y'all don't believe that y'all might do serve the same God, seeing that both y'all gods love the death and shedding of blood of innocent animals?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what that is either. What you
All right, so you have, although you might have different holy days in which we have no proof that God spoke from heaven and told nobody to do a holy day, but what we do see is both groups sharing this in common, that they slaughter animals on their so-called holy days. So could this be a sign that they may be serving the same God, just in different?
What's the name of the God of the Muslims?
I believe all of them is the same God. I believe it's Moloch.
I'm asking you, what is the name of the God of the Muslims?
From my understanding, Allah.
What's the name of the God of Israel?
From my understanding, some idol-looking Yahweh figure.
What's the name? There's no figure of the Most High. Like, what are we?
Yeah, they got figures of Yahweh, man.
In the Bible, there's no figures of the God of Israel. So I'm asking you, what's his name?
I guess Yahweh.
Okay, they don't even have the same name. Do they have the same high holy days?
Nah.
So how are they the same God?
So that's what I just said. Both religions honor the death of animals through sacrifices.
Israel is not the only culture. You can find African cultures that sacrifice animals for whatever they feel to their God.
That's okay.
What makes it idol worship is if the children of Israel sacrifice anything to another deity. So I never knew that Muslims sacrificed anything to a God. I never knew that. But what I do know is that just because they're making a sacrifices, a lot of different cultures sacrifice animals, slaughter animals, but they slaughtering it to a different God. So the God of Africans that slaughter animals is not this God of Israel just because they slaughter an animal. That doesn't make you the same.
So your God that accepts animal sacrificing is different from their God that accepts animal sacrifice.
Tell me where their God accepts animal sacrifices.
Yeah, they got a day called halal, where they take the animal and they sing to it, and after they sing to it, they slit the throat of it.
Yeah, we don't do that. Is there a surah for that you have? Is there a surah or something?
Yeah, like you can. I know a few Muslims, Islams that go out there. Real Islam, not the ones here that I've talked to, and you can actually Google. You can look it up. They do this. They sing. Yeah, actually sing a song to the goat.
It looks like it's a ritual in Islam. The sacrifice of an animal is a ritual called Qurbani that takes place annual during the month of Dhul Hijjah. The practice is the commemoration of the Prophet Ibrahim's willingness to sacrifice his son Ishmael in obedience to God. That ain't even in the Bible, because there's no verse in the Bible that Abraham was going to sacrifice Ishmael. So now all of that is a lie.
You talking about, I think they talking about the verse where they trying to say that Abraham, where God was tempting Abraham to sacrifice Isaac.
No, but this says Ishmael. You're not listening to what I'm saying.
I say Ishmael.
Yeah. So
they might have believed it to be Ishmael. So many, I don't know. There's so many, but I just know that they sacrifice animals.
What they might have done was just believed a lie.
All right, we got to move on. All right, thank you. Joseph, you up next, brother. You on the call? What's happening?
Thanks. Hey, what's up? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. Yeah. No, so thank you guys for having me up here, but I just want to go back on. You guys were talking about who was the better role model, Jesus or Muhammad, right?
Yeah.
So I was just gonna include Muhammad was kind of illiterate, and Jesus wasn't illiterate. So I feel like just going based on that, Jesus is a really good role model. And plus,
can I add something to that? Jesus ain't never sleep with no underage girl either.
Yeah, that was my second point too. I was gonna ask about Aisha. If you ever heard about Aisha,
Aisha.
Yeah, that's horrible. Just thinking about that, that's crazy.
You should be.
I don't know how people get behind that.
Be careful, Kevin. Be careful, Captain. Sorry, be careful of that, brother. I'm gonna tell you why in a minute.
Okay, all right, no sweat. But yeah, Muhammad did sleep with an underage girl up.
Yeah,
and said you could beat your woman.
All right, you got to be careful with that, brother.
I ain't never been with no underage girl. Okay.
How old was Mary when she was conceiving the child?
They don't give an age, child.
Around what? The scholars and these scholars.
I don't trust them though.
She was between 12 and 14 years old.
No, there's nowhere in the text that it says that.
How old was Joseph? Yes, it do, but not in the text. But I'm saying through these scholars, man. When you read the outside of the book, you can even Google it. You can Google it, and you'll see the scholars will come up, and you'll see it.
I get what you're saying, but I don't trust anything outside the book that contradicts. If the Bible says she was 14 or 15, then I would have to go with that. But the Bible,
how old was Joseph?
It doesn't give an age of Joseph either.
But what I'm trying to tell you is, you got to look at the scholars, man, and the researchers that have been doing this work.
The scholars believe that God made Mary pregnant. They don't believe that Mary and Joseph had sex to make Mary pregnant. So why am I going to listen to them? I'm about to battle a Roman Catholic that believes that Mary never had sex her whole life, even after Jesus was born. Even though Jesus got brothers and sisters, they believe. So I'm gonna listen to them scholars too. I'm not listening to them.
Joseph was around 80 years old, and Mary was between 12 and 14, brother.
Come on, son.
Aisha was 90.
80 years old. 80. He had
how old was Mary and Joseph?
So at 80, he had. Jesus' brother is James. So you're saying after Mary, he had more sex with her than had these at 80? Like that's not in the Bible. What book, chapter, verse you got? What's your source? I'm about to
all right. Let me go get it. Y'all can go ahead and talk. Keep talking.
Okay, you go ahead. I think
these are scholars, man.
Those ain't my scholars. Joseph, you can go ahead, brother.
Scholars, brother.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I want to bring out though. I definitely think that Jesus was definitely like the better role model here, and also he learned everything from he didn't learn it by himself. He learned it through other people. And those people were definitely, probably Israelites. That's why he got, they were at first, I believe they were at first praying to Jerusalem.
Yeah, I read that. Yeah, I read the source where they was first praying to Jerusalem, and then they said, F that. We're going to pray to it. Because back then, the Jews was rejecting that Islam garbage. And so that's why he started changing from praying towards them and praying towards the other. So.
Yeah. Joseph was 80 years old.
There ain't no Bible verse that says that, man.
Married.
There's no Bible verse that says that, son.
No, there's no, it's not.
All right, I'm straight then. I'm good. Ain't no Bible verse that say it. I'm straight like that.
And Mary was 12 years old.
Mm-hmm.
The history of Joseph, the carpenter.
Good night.
At least he was able to conceive,
that's a sexual deviant that did that, for sure. There's some sexual deviant somewhere that did that.
But you never came across that though, Captain? What?
Not 90. I've never heard nobody really give Joseph's age, but I have heard where people try to say that Mary was young, but there's no age given.
Right, it's not. But the scholars, that's what I'm saying. There's scholars.
The scriptures say we ought to obey God rather than men. And
there were biblical scholars, brother.
They was not. They sound like they some freaky ass 69 gods. There's a lot of freaky 69 gods out there today.
Oh man.
Much respect to Captain Si.
Okay, all right. Let me go on over to God Energy. God Energy, you on the call, brother? God Energy, you're on the call.
Peace,
hey,
y'all.
Peace, what's going on, brother?
All right. Yeah, I don't know if you covered this already in your explanation, but I got two questions, if possible. Yeah, how do you feel about maybe the conflation that goes on between Allah and the God of the Bible because of the heavy use of the term Elohim, right? And then that Aramaic definite article al, the al, being put in front of the Eastern Semitic ilu, which is the Eastern Semitic for Elo, right? So the Aramaic definite article of al would make it Alilah, which they say is the etymology for Allah, that it's Al-Ilah, and that Ilah is the same as Elo. So do you think this definite article with the al coming from Aramaic, that might have something to do with the conflation between Alilah, aka Allah, and the God of the Bible?
Well, I would probably simplify it just a little bit because Arabs and Hebrews or Israelites, their languages are similar because they're Shemitic, both coming from the stock of both being Abraham's fleshly sons. So Ishmael was, and so that's why you'll notice, like, I think Muslims will say Salim, we say Shalom. So Allah is El or Elohim. That's what I said in the beginning. So that which just means God. But when you say El or Elohim, Elohim can apply to angels, messengers. We could be called Elohims. So the Lord's name, though, is Yahawah. So Allah doesn't have the name of God. He just has the word God as his name. So Allah in their language is God. And in Hebrew, it would be El Elohim. That would be it. So the way you separate and make a distinction is just you bring the real name of the Most High, which is Yahawah or Jehovah or Yahweh, and then that gets rid of it all. But the similarities in languages, you're going to have that because they come from the same ethnic group of Shemitic tribes. So their languages would be the same, so similar. You had a second question, right?
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought up the etymological connection between maybe Allah and Elo. But then how do you feel about the idea of the conflation between Yahweh and Elo, El being a previously distinct deity?
What you mean by conflation?
Meaning I could reference here stories from ancient Canaan, edited and translated by Michael David Coogan. And he says, El's name is common now, meaning God, but El is well attested throughout the Semitic world. Compare, for example, the Arabic cognate Allah, like we're talking about. But then it goes on to speak about the conflation in the text, which is what Wellhausen was pointing out with his E source and J source. You kind of have Yahwistic sources of the text being mixed in with Elohist sources of the text. And as we were just talking about, that Elo would then be, linguistically related to Allah, which is where the conflation would come in. If Elo is being syncretized with Yahweh, you would then be able to linguistically make the connection between this syncretized deity and Allah.
No, but what I'm saying is I don't need that breakdown because I know that they come from Abraham fleshly. That's why they have the similar languages. So you can use the same word, they just might pronounce it different. So even us in ancient Hebrew, it would be Allahayim or Allahaya. In modern Hebrew, it's El or Elohim. In the Arabic language, it's Allah. It's a similar word, which just means God in somebody's different language. If you go to somebody else's language, their word for God would be something different. So it's not the word that makes them different. It's the deity itself. So the God of Israel is an actual deity. the God of the Quran is that rock that they be kissing.
Okay. All right. That was a strong statement.
I mean, they do kiss a rock. I just read it where Muhammad kissed the rock, and the other brother
I'm
talked to
familiar.
the rock. The other brother talked to the rock where he said, "I'm only kissing you because I saw Muhammad kissing you." Like they're in a relationship. They passing the rock around like a train.
Stop, man. Stop it. Stop it.
They all fighting and dying to kiss this girl, the rock. I'm gonna call that rock a girl from now on. They all dying to kiss that girl.
That's not the only rock they were kissing. They had Dul Khalas and the red Kaaba as well.
Man, they had a red Kaaba, Dul Khalas.
The red Kaaba and the white Kaaba at Dul Khalas.
eBay, you a Muslim, right?
Absolutely.
You kiss that rock?
Absolutely not. I ain't kissed the rock. I ain't
you going against your prophet, man. Your prophet kissed the rock.
But
did your prophet kiss the rock? One last question before you ask your question. Did your prophet kiss the rock?
No.
You want me to read it again?
My prophet is Noble Drew Ali. I don't distinguish between any of the prophets.
So you're saying that Muhammad is not your prophet?
If he kissed the rock, what does that have to do with him worshiping? Is he worshiping the rock?
I didn't need to get it on record. Did Muhammad, your prophet, the father of your Quran, kiss the rock?
He may have. No. But does that mean he worshiped the rock?
Yeah, why he kissing it for?
I mean, you kiss plenty of things. I'm pretty sure
rock?
You kiss, you know.
This brother just said you kiss a rock.
But do he worship the rock? Brother?
Yeah.
Is he worshiping the rock?
Yeah, he kiss. You kiss.
How?
So
he said praise to the rock.
So why you don't kiss the rock if your prophet kissed the rock?
Because I ain't made Hajj. I mean, there ain't no necessary.
Oh, but when you make the Hajj, you gonna kiss the rock?
Well, the thing about it is, I'm in a Islamism, right? I come under Noble Drew Ali,
Boy,
Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I come under
the black
the
remix of Islam.
Right?
You sound like the NOI right now.
We believe that Allah can be found within the heart. That's the nearest place we can find Allah.
We ain't talk about none of that right now. We talk about that rock. Okay. We talk about that rock in Mecca that Allah kissed.
I don't need to kiss the rock. I don't need to kiss the rock.
Yeah, y'all gotta kiss the rock. You gotta make your Hajj.
No, I ain't gotta do nothing, brother.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Ain't that what the Hajj is about? Circling it 7 times and then kissing it?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, it is, man. Let me see if I can find it. Don't let me find it.
But guess what? We're not worshiping. We're not worshiping.
Don't let me find it.
You do know that your prophet Noble Drew Ali was a master magician, right?
Master magician? No, he was an Egypt scholar. He was an Egyptian
scholar. He was a magician, brother. You ain't know that?
Well, what you mean by magician?
Like tricking people, tricking people with magic and stuff like that.
I ain't never heard that. I ain't never heard that. That's
brother, Google it right now. How you don't know your own prophet?
Because that's not in his work. He never said he was a magician. It's a lot of false information out there. Y'all gotta be careful. It's a lot of false information out there. Y'all gotta be careful.
Hold on. Let me bring this.
Noble Drew Ali never said that out his mouth. He never said I'm a master magician.
Hold on. Let me make.
Okay, brother.
This right here. Why Muslims kissing the black stone? Let me know if y'all can hear this. Can you hear this, sir?
Yeah, we see it.
Hey, but is they worshiping the rock? Just tell me, is they worshiping the rock? Because I guarantee if you go to Jerusalem,
they kissing that. That's what y'all doing. That's your tawaf.
Hold on, brother. Like what they doing right now, they make circle emulations around the stone.
And that's the stone. Look like
the stone got a deeper meaning. Y'all really don't understand the stone. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't understand.
What did. So let's bring it back. Look at him. Kissing the black stone, putting his face in. Yeah. Word is born, yo. Like you worshiping the rock, man. That is Allah. That is absolutely Allah. That is Allah. That is Allah. Because so why are you circling it? They built a house. Let me see. What's the deeper meaning? No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. We don't worship Jerusalem, brother. Ain't nowhere do we pray towards it because that's where the temple was, not a rock. Nah, nope. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Who else you got side? Who else you got side? Oh wait. Who else you got side? My bad, y'all. No problem.
To Jerusalem, y'all don't believe in going to Jerusalem and all them rituals and the 1,000 of
Can you tell me what ritual you're talking about? Because I don't know.
Man, y'all got 1,000 of them. You tell me one.
No, you
y'all got 1,000 customs and traditions that y'all do.
You making a claim though.
I mean, I'm not a Hebrew Israelite, so I wouldn't know. It's one that y'all let somebody go in the wild, that y'all believe get rid of your sins. What's that?
Well, we don't, I don't know.
You don't do that?
I don't know what you talking about, man.
Y'all don't let somebody go there and let Barabbas go instead of Jesus?
Nah.
Because they thought that he was going to get rid of the sins? You all
I don't do that. I don't know what you talking about.
You ain't never heard of Barabbas?
Yeah, but we talk about that was the Romans had a custom of letting somebody go.
Oh, that's not your custom.
No, yeah, that's the Romans let somebody go.
Oh,
that's
that ain't Hebrew.
That's not in the law. Yeah, that's not in the law.
So that story don't qualify. That story don't qualify Jesus.
Oh, yeah, that's the Romans let somebody go. Somebody got an echo, sir. Yeah, that's not in the law. Was that Si? You muted?
Yeah, that was Apostle. Apostle got the echo.
Oh, okay.
Hey, let me show this brother something real quick, Captain, because I don't know why he don't even know his own prophet, man. Damn.
Yeah, show that to him.
No, but Drali ain't never said that out of his mouth.
Brother,
I ain't never heard him say.
You ain't never hear him say anything out of his mouth.
Well, in his literature, I ain't never seen in his literature him say he a magician. I mean, a magician.
Brother, all the Moors know this, brother. How you don't know that, man?
No. I'm a Noble Drali scholar. I ain't never seen in his literature say I'm a magician. Tell me what article, what's your source?
Oh my God.
What's your source?
Prophet Noble Drali is the founder of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Is often associated with magic and mysticism due to his background as a circus performer in his teaching.
That's somebody's opinion, sir.
No,
that's
an opinion. Oh man, he used to be in the circus, brother.
No,
I'm not lying. And I'm not taking shots at him. I'm giving you a little bit of his history, brother.
No, sir.
Okay. All right.
No, sir. Never heard him in any of his literature say that.
Wow, bro, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah. But I do want to ask Tazaryach one more question.
Go ahead.
Now, if Jesus came and he said he did away with all the laws and commandments and statutes, why do y'all still follow these thousands of statues? I don't get it.
You said thousands of what?
Statues and commandments.
About the laws?
Yeah.
I don't follow 1,000 laws. What are you talking about?
Well, I'm exaggerating, but why do y'all still follow?
Like when they say 600 laws in the Bible?
Yeah, why y'all do that?
I don't follow 600 laws either.
Hey, hold on, everybody, hold on. Lord Abba, we are live right now. Lord Abba, how long have you been a Moor?
I'm kind of busy right now.
All right, well, just answer one question. Was Prophet Noble Drali ever in the circus? Was he a magician?
I mean, it's been rumored that he was, but there's been no concrete evidence to support that.
Okay, all right. You busy? All right.
Yeah, I could probably call you back in about 15 minutes, though.
All right.
You hear what that brother said?
Yeah, he said it's rumored that
ain't nobody ever. He ain't never said that. I've been studying for 10 years. I ain't never heard him say that. Nowhere in his literature at all.
Okay, let me move on to the next brother. We got some new brothers in the building. Let me go to Judah the Shooter. Judah the Shooter, what up, man?
Yo, what's going on? Shalom, peace and blessings. Everybody on the panel, peace and blessings.
Peace, brother.
Peace.
So I came up to back up what Tazaryach was saying to the brother what's his name, God Energy, I believe.
Yeah.
He was speaking about Aramaic and dealing with similarities. Now I am a person that reads biblical Hebrew, which Tazaryach calls modern Hebrew. So there are similarities. However, when you look at certain words in the Bible, in the Hebrew language, it might sound the same as in like Arabic, but it's different. So, for example, if somebody say Allah Akbar or Allahu Akbar, that means to them God is greatest or God is greater. However, in the Bible, to say Allah or to say Akbar, it has a total different meaning. So, for example, if you look at Leviticus 11 and 29, I'll read and translate. It says Vazeh lechem, so and this is, and then the word lechem, which would be unto you. Then we have the word hatema, unclean, ba'aretz. Basharetz, which would be among the creeping things. Then I see the word hashurates, which is that creep owl. There's the word owl, and that means that's the word for upon. You know what I'm saying? Then we have the word ha'aretz, which is the earth. Then we have the word ha-choled, the weasel. But here we go. The, meaning and, the akbar, the mouse. So akbar in Hebrew would be a rat, a mouse. But if you say that word in Arabic, it has a total different meaning from in what we read in the Hebrew text. So if we look at what's that? We look at Deuteronomy chapter 30, and I think it might be verse 7. Let me pull it up. Yes. So Deuteronomy 30 and 7, it says,
hey, hold on for 1 minute, brother. I'm sorry to cut your wisdom, but I had to call another Moor who've been doing this, Captain Tazaryach, for all his life. Hey, Roy Bay.
Yes, sir.
How long have you been a Moor, brother?
All my life.
How long would that be about?
Well, I'm 51 today. I was first introduced to the science from my mother when I was 10 years old.
All right. Have Prophet Noble Jew Ali ever been working in a circus? And is he also known as a magician?
That is correct, sir. It's a known fact throughout the Moorish nation.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
What literature? Please.
See, because
what literature?
Thank you, Roy. I ain't gonna hold you up, brother. Thank you.
All right, brother.
All right. See, Lord Abba is no longer a Moor, so Lord Abba wouldn't know like Roy Bay. Roy Bay is more of the elder Moor. He knows this science. All right, that's all. I'm sorry I had to, because I know I was right, because I've been dealing with the Moors for a long time, bro. So I'm sorry, Judah.
You ain't let him give me the source. Why you ain't let him give me
all
the
right,
source?
hold on. Judah the Shooter, continue, brother. My bad. I just wanted to air that right there.
Okay, they will unmute myself. Okay, I didn't want to cut nobody off. Okay, so Deuteronomy 30 and 7, I see here Venatan Yahawah Elohecha, and the Lord gave Elohecha, the Lord your God gave, it's called all. Then you have the word ha'alot. Ha'alot. If you look at Deuteronomy 30 and 7, I see the word ha'alot, which has the root word Allah. The root word Allah, which means curses. So if you say the word Allah in Hebrew in Deuteronomy 30 and 7, that's the word for curses or curse. If you say Akbar, that's the word for rat. So they may say, well, Allah Akbar or Allahu Akbar, which means God is greater. But in our language, that's a cursed rat. You get what I'm saying? So also to the person in the comments, I seen that they put the word Erev. Erev does mean mix. So I don't know if you misunderstood what I was saying to the person in the comments. Who was that? That was Exodus 15 and 3. The word Ereb or Erev, it does mean mix. Maybe you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. You can also refer to Exodus 12, 37 or 38, where it talked about the mixed multitude. The word Erev is found there. So maybe you were misunderstanding what I was saying. But I'm speaking on not the word Erev or the word Arab, if you will, which does mean mixed or mingled. I'm speaking of the word Allah and the word Akbar. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm speaking on, not Erev.
All right, let us move on. My man, Cosmic Sankofa, what up,
Can I
brother?
respond to that?
Who said that?
God Energy. I just wanted to respond to the brother.
Go ahead, respond, brother.
Yeah, yeah, that connection between the Arabic pronunciation of Allah was what we were talking about. And we know in the reconstruction of Hebrew, Moses Maimonides used Arabic literally to fill in for the grammatical lapses in his reconstruction of Hebrew. And he would just use Arabic words sometimes as well. Again, this is Moses Maimonides. So that connection was definitely acknowledged, but also the use of Allah, right? That pronunciation by the Hebrews, like you stated, like Tazaryach stated, and also in the Dear Allah inscription, which tells a rendition of Balaam that is different from what you see in the Bible. But that's why I honed in on the Aramaic aspect of the definite article al, which is what Arabic is preserving. The Arabic is preserving this Nabatean Aramaic definite article of al, and the Aramaic we know is coming right off the Hebrew. So that's why I just wanted to get the brother's opinion on that aspect of the definite article being applied to make more so the Eastern Semitic pronunciation of Allah, which would be Ilu. So that was more specifically my question. Peace, y'all.
Peace, brother.
I think we get caught too much up on the names versus the concept. You know what I'm saying? The concept
is. Sorry, I can't see who's saying that.
Yeah, you still got it on a Zaquan.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I think we get caught too much on the names. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Versus
all right, hold on.
Okay,
all right, hold on. I want to move forward. I want to get the next question.
Yeah, let's get right.
Cosmic Sankofa, what up, brother? That's on you.
All right. Light and love, peace and blessings to the panel. Brother. Peace, Captain Tazaryach. I hope all is well and blessed with you.
Right. What does light and love mean? What does that mean?
It's my greeting, brother. It's
okay.
Yeah. So
light and love. That's good, brother. When you wake up, you're in the light.
Man, shut your ass up, man.
I mean, we can go into that, but that's neither here nor there. So, Captain, so what is your? I guess I got kind of 3 questions, maybe 2, depending on how you approach it. What is your understanding on how the Islam, came to be? What role did early churches play in its development? And then how do you, from your perspective, how do you explain the Gnostic texts that are found inside the Bible?
Now, come on.
Inside the Quran.
Sankofa, stop, man. That's for a scholar like Shaka. You can't ask Captain that question. Captain is the Hebrew scholar.
Captain don't know. Shaka
he's a Hebrew scholar. He ain't no Islamic scholar, man.
Like when you talk about the churches, I think the church had a heavy influence on the Quran. Like the Quran resonates with the Virgin Mary not being touched by Joseph, just like the Christian church, which how you know it has nothing to do with the Bible. They exclude Joseph from being the father the same way the Christian church excludes Joseph from being the father, but the Bible does not exclude Joseph from being the father. So I would say that the Quran was influenced by the church. The Quran was influenced by the Israelites. The Quran was influenced by the other deities that existed, which is why when you look up the history, like a good book is Satan's Angels, where you'll see in the history that God, Allah, that rock God always existed before Muhammad brought that. That was part of
Captain killed me when he say the rock God. That's the
rock God.
That crescent moon and star that existed before Muhammad brought it to them, and those was the compromises that Muhammad had to make with those Arabs to get them to accept him. He had to keep that rock God. If you get further into it, Allah got daughters. Don't listen. Don't let me go. I hate when Sinetta say stuff like I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Because if you go deeper into it, Allah had daughters. Y'all do know.
You mean a wife? A lot.
I'm talking about Allah had daughters.
Oh, I ain't never heard.
He is not begotten, or can he beget? Stop it.
You're saying Allah didn't have daughters? I mean, yeah.
No, the Quran says he doesn't begot, or he is never begotten.
You saying you don't have
three daughters?
Cannot
have daughters and sons. They say that in the Quran.
So, Captain, what you're saying is in the creation of Islam, there was
Allah don't have a daughter named Elat, El Uzza, and Manat.
I ain't never heard. Show me that. What surah?
That's in the pre-Islamic gods. That's in the
see, you know, the brother know about it. Hey, put it so that we can see that brother too.
Yeah, that's in the pre-Arabian or pre-Islamic gods of Arabia. That book that came out in like 1920 something. So it talks about the deities that exist.
Don't ever question my scholarship, side. You see, co-signing, right? Never question.
I see.
but Tazaryach, are you saying? So you're saying the process of the development of Islam was the slow inclusion of pre-existing like cultural motifs, kind of like the creation of Christianity by including certain Kemetic elements inside Roman society, like the motifs.
Yeah, I would say that. So like in Christianity, right? So in Christianity,
there's a similar process of development.
Right. So in Christianity, you have the whole Virgin Mary, you have Sunday worship, you have Easter, Christmas, all of these worships that Christians would bring in. Like how the Muslims come in, like Christians had the Nicene Council where they start mixing everything together. Muhammad had the same thing where he had to accept some of these deities that already existed amongst the Arabs to create the religion that he could be the final prophet for. The Bible has nothing to do with neither one of them. You don't find Christmas, Easter. You don't find these Allah with 3 daughters. You don't find rock worship. You don't find none of that as far. There is no actual image to the Most High in the Bible where they're making an image to that Most High. So I would agree with you. The same way Christianity was developed is the same way Islam was developed.
I would say that we do find.
You also say then that in that case, there could be some similarity between the Christian God and the Islamic God, because their developmental process off of Judaism and then the incorporation of cultural motifs around are the same.
No, I would still say that the Christian God is different than them because of the way that they're worshipped. So you got Sunday worship in Christianity that don't exist in Islam. You got the Christmas tree that don't exist. You got Easter that don't exist. But the concept of how they developed it by taking deities from other places, that does exist.
I would say, like the only thing I would say, like I agree with a lot of what's being said, but there's one thing I do, like me being an Israelite, that I subscribe to that most Israelites don't. I do subscribe to the virgin birth. I don't believe in immaculate conception, but I most definitely subscribe to the virgin birth.
It's the same thing.
It's not. So just like what you said earlier, that you was going to debate the Catholic on because they teach that Mary never died.
No, not Mary never died. Mary never lay with a man.
Here we go. They say they teach that Mary was without sin. Mary never died. That was a doctrine that was created December 8th, 1854. So me per se, I believe what the angel told Mary and what the angel told yourself. So for example, I got you. Yeah. I got you. So this is I'll read and translate. Let me pull it up real quick. Okay, so Matthew 1. So
that's
it
not
starts
what the angel ain't talking to Mary in Matthew 1.
Hold on. If you heard what I said I believe what the angel told Mary. And what
but my question was, what did the angel tell her?
I'm about to give you both accounts.
But can we start with what the angel told her? That's chronologically correct.
No problem. No problem. Here we go. Matthew chapter 1. I mean, Luke chapter 1. Let me pull it up. Luke chapter 1, it says, in verse 27, it says, to a virgin espoused to a man whose name is Joseph of the house of David, and the virgin name was Mary. So even when you go into the Hebrew New Testament, it has the word Bethula, which you would call Batawala. Would you agree that Batawala or Bethula is?
I disagree on the usage of the word virgin in the New Testament, what you're saying. That's
I read Hebrew, so I know
but the virgin that is referring to is not Bathwala. That's why it quotes Isaiah 7:14.
The word is there. Look, I'm about to read it, brother. That's not true. I'm going to pull it up. Luke chapter 1:27. This is what it says. And we can still deal with Alma too. So it says, El Bethula. It literally says El Bethula, Then we have the word.
That word is Parthenos.
You gotta let me finish, bro.
The Greek, but you're misleading the people. Brother,
you gotta let me finish, bro.
You gotta let me. You just said that the word was Bathula. Brother, I don't know why you acting like.
You gotta let me finish.
All we doing is just having a conversation.
You gotta let me finish. You gotta let me finish, bro.
But you're saying the wrong word. That word isn't.
You not let me finish. You just
hold on, brother Judah.
No, let him go.
He's correcting you. The word that you said. He's correcting you.
Let him go.
He didn't let me finish.
Go ahead.
He's talking from the Greek text. My argument was in the Hebrew New Testament. He's talking about Greek. I'm talking about Hebrew. We ain't even got to the Greek.
What's your source?
So let me finish.
I just asked what's your source.
You like. I just said the Hebrew New Testament.
Can you put the link in the back chat what you're reading?
Absolutely. Say less. Hold on, I got you. Say less. Here we go. Say less. There we go. I just dropped it.
Thank you.
All right, cool. Let me know when you're ready. You want to pull it up?
No. You can go do it right now.
Okay, cool. So going back, it says El Bethula me orasa la ish asher shemo Yosef mi beit David v'shem habatula.
I don't see it in the back chat though, brother. I see Hanok. The last one I see is 441 to Hanok, where he put a phone number.
Oh, wait. This says to God Energy. Hold on, wait. How do I send it to every? Wait, this might be it. Oh, wait, it says join chat. Hold on.
No, not the join chat, just the private part. The private where it says people, and then you can see everybody in the chat. Then at the bottom it says chat with everyone in the studio.
Okay, so right here it says. So for me, it's showing different on my end. Where I think.
Okay, well, if you click my name, maybe if you see me, maybe just send it to me.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Yeah. It had me go through all these. Wait, it says the comment has failed to post something in the studios.
Don't sweat it. Don't worry about it, brother. Just go ahead and teach your point. Just go ahead.
No, what I'll do is I'm gonna drop it in the comments right here on YouTube. Can you see that now?
Yeah, I should be able to see it. I'm gonna check. So you can go ahead and teach your point, brother.
Okay, cool. Verse 27, it says, El Bethula me orasa. So to a virgin, the word there is Bethula, me orasa, who was engaged with a legal relationship. Laish to a man, Asher Shemo, whose name is Joseph, me bait from the house David, house of David. Vashem Habatula Miriam, and the virgin name was Mary. So the first point I was going to was from the Hebrew before even going to Parthenos. But remember, I said earlier, we believe what the angel told Mary. So in that text right there is
you real quick. You put that link in the chat. You said right on YouTube. Got you. On which one was it? Shot in the studios or HOK?
It's on yours. It's
it's on mine. Okay, no problem.
You see it?
Just drop it again, brother. Drop it again for him.
Hey, what's your name on YouTube? Is it still Judah the Shooter on YouTube?
Yeah. That's my name on YouTube.
And you sure it's on mine?
I'm positive. Yeah, I'm looking right at it.
Okay. I'll try to find it. You keep going though.
Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. So one other thing, I get it for time's sake. Another thing I want to point out in let me pull it up real quick. Okay. So in Matthew chapter 1 and 18, it says, Vazeh davar huladet. And this is the thing concerning the birth. Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus the Christ. Miriam Imo, so Mary his mother, Haya, was me orasa, in a legal relationship or engaged. Yourself to Joseph. Then I see the word uv torim yavo eleah, meaning what? But before he came into her, meaning sex. Namzait, that's the word for the root word mazah, which means to find. She was found to be pregnant from the spirit of holiness. Now, the doctrine that comes out of the One West teachings is that before they came together was the marriage ceremony. That is the understanding that most people that come out of the One West way of thinking. However, to say before the marriage ceremony would be aval livnei tekes hanishuin, that word was never there. So it never said anything about a marriage ceremony. So most people that come out of the One West way of thinking, they say that before the marriage ceremony, she was found to be pregnant. I.e., some people say that Joseph jumped the gun. But then when I asked the question, well, number one, according to the Torah and the Torah only, what law would have been broken? Meaning, what law would have been broken for him to have sex with his espoused wife? So I would like you to answer that question.
Well, you never answered my question. And this is why I like when people say, let me finish, let me finish, let me finish. What was my question to you?
You want to know about the account with Luke about what the angel told Mary.
And you didn't say what the angel told Mary. You just read, right, what you read was, one second. Go ahead. Once again, I'm surgical like this. You read Luke 1:27. That's not the angel saying anything to Mary. The angel starts talking to Mary after that. And then you went, so after you read Luke 1:27, you went to Matthew 1 and start talking about before they came together. When I asked you that, the book of Luke was not written in Hebrew. Somebody could have came later and took the Greek and then wrote it in there. The only one that we know that was written in Hebrew was Matthew. So what he said about the word virgin in Luke and choosing Bethulah does not exist during the time that Luke was written. Anybody can look this up. So, as I stated, Luke 1:27, that word is parthenos. And the word virgin that is used in Matthew to apply to Mary is Isaiah 7:14, which is also Alma, not Bethulah or Bathwala, because Bathwala would be a woman, the type of virgin that never actually had sex. Alma is a young woman, whether she had the sex or not. So I'm going to ask you again, what did the angel say to Mary that makes you think that Joseph is not the biological father? That was my question.
Say less. So in Luke 1:27, the word parthenos, it literally says implication, unmarried daughter or virgin. So what you all fail to realize that Alma and parthenos can mean a woman that did not have.
All right, he fell off.
Sorry, you can bring it back to both of us. That could be something that because that is not on the subject. So when he does come back, we can talk about that at a later time. But I just want to say one thing. He was lying about Luke 1 being Bethulah, because Luke 1 was never translated in Hebrew when it was written. It was translated in Koine Greek. We can go forward.
All right, I got the mass assassin just came in. I guess he want to speak to you.
Peace. What's going on, Sarnetta? Shout out to the panel. I can't stay on long. Tazaryach doesn't know what he's talking about. That's first and foremost when it comes to Islam. I've been hearing him repeat the same type of information for the past couple of years.
That's the captain, Lord Abba.
I am. About 8 years ago, me and Tazaryach was going back and forth on Facebook, and I posted an archaeological piece that's titled Yahweh and his Asherah, right? And Yahweh is depicted as a man and Asherah is depicted as a woman. And we know that when these two combine, they have children, etc., etc., etc. So this idea that Allah was this rock god and not Yahweh, as if these two gods didn't develop into this all supreme, monotheistic, all seeing, all knowing God, is, in my opinion, disingenuous. So the question I have for Tazaryach real quick is, what Islamic information have you studied? What scholars have you studied on the topic of Islam for you to formulate the opinions that you spew when you come on this channel? I'm just curious.
What's the opinion that I'm spewing?
Or everything that you're saying is based on opinion. So, okay, for instance, you said that the Quran pretty much is based off of the Quran. That's one. Number two, you said
the
that
Quran is based off the Quran.
I mean, off the Bible. You know what I'm trying to say.
That's not what I said.
And I'm rushing.
What I said was the Quran has nothing to do with the Bible. That's what I said.
You said that after you said that the Quran was based off of the Bible. Anybody can go back and watch, because I heard you say it. So what was the other thing that I was trying to point out? And I'm rushing. That's why I'm kind of speeding through this.
Okay, but so anyway, I'm trying to give you a summary. What I'm
saying, because I just want to know what scholarship that you reviewed.
The Quran itself, and in my PowerPoint when I spoke about Muhammad kissing the rock, I'll give you the source. It's in the Quran. Excuse me, in my PowerPoint. This is Sahih al-Bukhari, Volume 2, Book 26. That's one. That's the source that I got it from, where he's kissing the rock, and then The other gentleman, Umar bin al-Khattab, kissing the black stone, said, had I not seen Allah's apostle kissing the stone, I would not have kissed you. So the source for that is Sahih al-Bukhari, volume 2, book 26, number 679. So, that's the source.
Okay, I got you. So you're using the hearsay that we call the hadith to formulate some of your opinion.
No, actually, no. Wait. The primary source that I've demonstrated is the Quran. So when the Quran said, when I brought up the high holy days, Ramadan is not in the Bible. Ramadan belongs to Allah. Ramadan doesn't mean anything to the God of the Bible. The other high holy days that y'all have in the Quran, the other high holy days with the birthday of Muhammad, that's not in the Bible. The official 2 holidays of Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha, that's not in the Quran. Excuse me, in the Bible. That's in the Quran. We have Passover, the Sabbath day, Feast of First Fruits, Day of Atonement. So my argument today is that Allah is totally different than Yahawah, Yahweh, Jehovah. They're not the same God. Their name is different. Their worship is different. Their people is different. Their way of life is different.
So you believe that Allah, the omnipotent, is a rock, pretty much.
Allah is not omnipotent.
You don't know that. That's your opinion. That's your opinion. So
I know that
I'm asking you. Wait a minute, brother. I'm asking you a specific question based off of.
Yes, I believe.
I'm asking you a specific question based off the Quran. You believe that Allah, the omnipotent, is a rock.
Yeah, when y'all built that house in the Quran, and the story where it talks about that house, Surah 22 and 26, and remember, we assigned to Abraham the site of the house, saying, do not associate anything with me in worship. That house with the Kaaba in it, the Bible says don't worship a rock or a stone. Your book has you worshiping a rock and a stone. You circle it 7 times and kiss it. So it's not the same.
That is not the worship of Allah.
It is the
that is a tradition. That is a tradition and a ceremony that has been going on. And you're disingenuous, brother. I can't stay on long because if I could, I would really destroy you right now. You're disingenuous and you're lying. Let's just call it what it is.
There's nothing you can destroy because all I'm saying is that. Listen to what I'm saying. I don't care if you want to worship Allah. Just don't tell me that Allah and the God of the Bible is the same God, because they're not.
I'm not making that claim. But when you say, okay, I got you. But when you say that Allah is a rock and you claim to have read the Quran, then you're being disingenuous, because there's no way that you could equate anything that Allah is saying or doing in the Quran, from the creation to everything else, with the rock. That's just craziness to me.
So let's say if I'm trash talking, let's say if I'm totally wrong about Allah being a rock, right? Let's say if I'm totally wrong, it's still not the God of the Bible.
That's right. That's right.
So when Muslims try to tell me that Allah and the God of the Bible are the same, they're wrong. That's what today's presentation is. It's not about is Allah a rock. That's not the presentation. That might be
okay. I didn't catch that part. I came in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I got you. I got you.
Allah being a rock. The presentation is the Quran and the Bible are about 2 different gods. Their worship different. The names are different. The practices are different. The people are different. Nobody.
So real quick, give us an extra. Because I wasn't here.
Yeah,
so what type of God was Yahweh?
He was
the God of the Bible.
The God of the children of Israel. He only loved the children of Israel. He gave them law, statutes, commandments. You couldn't resurrect no idols or worship no idols. If you did, you was destroyed by them. His name is Yahawah, and so he's totally different. When you get to the Quran, the worship and practices and names are different than the Bible.
So I'm curious. So in the Table of Nations, where which I believe comes before the creation of the Tower of Babel, where God allegedly confuses all of these different tongues. Are you saying that God is only the God of the people of Israel and not the God of the rest of humanity? I just want to get this before I get off of here.
Amos 3 says, "You only have I known of all the nations on the planet." So did he create mankind? Yes, he created mankind. but he put his name on the children of Israel. He gave his laws to the children of Israel. He didn't give it to Ishmael. He didn't give his covenant to Ishmael.
But wait, why bring up Ishmael? I'm curious.
Because that's the Muslims. That's where Muhammad comes from.
You don't know what you talk about, bro. Look, I just wanted to get that on tape real quick. Hey, yo, Sai, I'm gonna respond to Jabari first, so be on the lookout for my phone call, and then I'm gonna respond to this, because y'all never seen me really get in my bag. I played around with Captain Katazai.
Real bad to Katazai. You lost.
I destroyed Katazai. The first comment on your channel, because I don't even see the video on Sanetta's channel anymore.
No, it was on Sanetta's channel.
I know, but you took the video, and now I don't see it on Sanetta's channel. I only see it on your channel. The first comment I seen on that video says, "I'm a Hebrew Israelite, and Lord Abba defeated Captain Katazai." Cut it out, man. I gotta go, yo. Sa, peace. Peace, y'all. Peace, Tazaryach. Peace. Hey, yo, and be easy on the politics. Because you don't know what you're talking about.
I do know what I'm talking about, man.
You don't know what you're talking about, bro. All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace. All right. Let me move on over to my big brother.
Hey, how much longer you going, sir?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
I just wanted to say one last thing.
No, not now. Let me get to my big brother first. He ain't speak. I'm surprised he's in here being humble. I'm surprised he's being disciplined. He learned a lot from the captain. Or he just doing this because the captain is here. All right, that's what's up. And I speak of none other than this great, mighty warrior, Apostle Saquon. What up, Apostle? You hear me, Apostle? Apostle, you hear me?
What Apostle doing? He don't know.
Apostle don't hear me, man.
Your mic is muted.
No, your mic ain't muted. You got to go out and come back in, Apostle. Go out and come back in.
We can't hear you, bro.
Can't hear you.
No, go out and come back in, Apostle.
Yeah, you wasted that. You wasted that intro, man.
I know, right? I know. Apostle, where you at?
Yeah, come back in. Hey, Sal, let me ask a quick question real quick before Apostle come back.
Go ahead, actually. No, man.
Yeah, I got to like 5:15, sir.
All right, 5:15?
Yeah.
All right, you got 13 more minutes. All right, go ahead, King J.
Hey, Apostle, Tazaryach, a quick question. So when you say the word Bible, to me that means a compilation, over time of the different texts. Are you strictly a Old Testament Hebrew Israelite, or do you subscribe to the New Testament?
New Testament.
Come on, man. He old, man. He supposed to.
Okay, just getting better familiar with the person that I'm, question that I'm asking. But you subscribe to the Old and the New.
Yes.
When you mentioned that source that you used earlier about the Hebrews, Abraham, the patriarchs at Mecca before Muhammad, did you say that?
No. I don't know what you. When I looked up, when I was talking to the other brother, and I read, I just Googled, I forgot what it was, but the source that came up was about Abraham sacrificing Ishmael, but I'm not sure if that's what you were talking about.
No, I'm talking about when you said Muhammad, when he first came to Mecca, he said all the different gods were worshipped there. The Hebrew patriarchs were already there worshiping.
No, I don't know if I read that. I don't recall what you're referring to. In my presentation, I didn't have that for sure, but I'm not sure.
All right, King J, you off tonight. Let me go back to God Energy. God Energy wanted to say something. Go ahead.
Peace, y'all. Yeah, because there's a great connection between what Cosmic Sankofa said earlier about Islam and what Lord Abba just said. Because Cosmic brought up the Gnostic text preserved in the Quran, like the Pseudo-Evangelion of James or the Pseudo-Gospel of Matthew, right? Gnostic text. But also you find in the Birmingham Papyrus, that's the oldest dated Quranic manuscript. The Birmingham Papyrus is made up of only 4 different sections: the Proto-Evangelion of James, the Pseudo-Gospel of Matthew, the Seven Sleepers of Ephesus, which is a story from the Syriac church, and the Moses story. So we have an early Quran that consists of 100% Judeo-Christian material. And this, I think, is the relevance of Cosmic bringing that up, showing how important Judeo-Christianity was to Islam, to where you can find an early Quran that contains 100% Judeo-Christian material. I think that's very important when we're talking about the origins of Islam. This shows that Islam is related to what came before it. This is what Lord Abba was bringing up about the Hebrew tradition being related to what came before it, the Canaanite tradition. And you can find on the Kuntalet statue the depiction of Yahweh with Asherah, like he was saying, right? You could reference the work by Francesca Scrive-Capullo, God and Anatomy, right? Did God Have a Wife by William G. Dever, right? So, and he even brought up the syncretism between El and Yahweh, which I'll reference stories from ancient Canaan, translating the Ugaritic text by Michael Coogan. He says, and I'm gonna land with this: the character of God of Israel is thus a composite. While Yahweh is primarily an El figure, many of the images and formulae that distinguish him from El are adopted from the theology of Baal. And what this is highlighting is that the scholastic consensus on biblical scholarship showing that Yahweh was syncretized or mixed with the God El, Elohim, Allahim, Allah, that conversation, and with Baal. And I believe Lord Abba was trying to articulate that as well, that the Hebrew tradition is based off of what came before it, just like Cosmic was saying Islam is based off of what came before it.
Yeah, that would be horrible because there is no image. Or you just need the commandments of God to debunk all that nonsense. There is no image of God. There is no wife of God. There is none of that in the Bible. Everything that they marry to that is outside. But you can see Asherah, you can see Astarte, you can see other different deities where they worship the Queen of Heaven. I think in either in Ezekiel or Jeremiah. They worship the Queen of Heaven. So you can see the worship of other deities. But
just in addition, Asherah was worshipped in the Jerusalem temple alongside Yahweh.
No, I never said. Here's the thing. When we talking about Israelite culture, there is no female gods. But if you want to say in Israelite history that Israelites worshiped other gods, they worship Baal, they worship Molech, they worship Tammuz, they worship other gods. But that doesn't mean that.
Tell nobody that though, Captain. If I was you,
I am telling them that because
I'm saying is when you say that your God Yahawah don't have a female, but all these other gods they have female gods. I wouldn't say that.
That's how you know theirs is man-made and ours is not, because it's not about sex. It's not about a consort. It
is about sex. Didn't the Most High say go out and multiply the earth?
To us, to us. But when a man creates a deity, he creates a woman because he's thinking with a man's mind.
Don't he have to come out of a womb?
God didn't have to come out of womb. We didn't come out of no deity's womb.
All right, brother. All right, let me get to Cosmic. Cosmic, you want to respond to that because he brought your name up?
Yeah, when you stay strictly inside this constructed text that was carefully created over the course of time, the Gospels that were chosen by Irenaeus first, then I think Augustine second, and then not acknowledging the other traditions from Judaism that existed prior to the canonization of these certain books, then of course you can say, yeah, it's not in the book. But when you look at the archaeological record, you see that these people had a plethora of different ways in which they worship. The brother brought up the elephantine temple, not elephantine practice. This wasn't elephantine idols. This was an elephantine temple, a Jerusalem temple, an Israelite temple that had multiple gods inside of it. So, and that's in the archaeological record, which is like a history the entire world can attest to. But the fact that it's not in this constructed book with books edited, and we know that they're edited, with books taken out and with Christianity's chosen upon, that's just an interesting perspective. But that would be a perspective from a person inside the book. So he would be correct that it's not in the book because it's carefully
taken. But that is in the book though. Like that's what I think y'all missing. Like even when you talk about sacrificing in what Elephantine Temple, when you read the book of Maccabees, you see that they were sacrificing swine in the temple to that god. And then you see Mattathias as an Israelite, he comes and kills the man that's sacrificing to that god. So as I've said, you can read where the Israelites is sacrificing to other gods in Israel, in Jerusalem, in the temple. It doesn't mean that that's the belief or the core belief of the God. That's my only argument. You notice whenever y'all bring up these other deities, I don't say, no, they didn't worship them. They didn't do them. Even when you talk about the practices or customs, when you said they keep these certain records in, but they leave the other customs that the Israelites was doing at that time because they were supposed to. Because if you're keeping the purity of Israelite culture, having one God, no other God, when another Israelite brings in another God, that can't be a part of our culture because it was never supposed to be a part of our culture. But you can find us going off worshiping other gods. So nobody's arguing that they worship other gods. What I'm saying is that the God of Israel is one God, no image, and you can't have no other gods with him. That's in our law. When you see anything outside of that historically, that's an Israelite man or woman going off of God's law.
So, Cap, with the significance of that in the archaeological record is that you see an emergence of adherence to the law that you're talking about. But before that period of the emergence of the adherence, you don't see a time when Israel was ever on, right? So that's where the chink in that statement comes to, where you can say these are references to where Israel went off, but the archaeological record before a specific point doesn't show where Israel were ever on these laws. So that's where
all right, hold on,
problems come in.
Hold on, because Captain getting ready to break out. Apostle, are you ready? You good?
So I'm gonna go ahead and go.
Hey Judah, I said if you ever want to have that discussion, just contact me like on Instagram, Facebook, or something like that, and then we could work out having a discussion on it. All right?
Because I got disconnected, but peace and blessings.
Hey, peace, no sweat. I'm gonna whoop you. I'm gonna whoop you on that subject, though.
You said what?
I'm gonna whoop you on the subject.
Are you gonna get belt to ass? So
Lord be with you, brother. You already lied talking about Luke was in Hebrew. You already lied saying Luke was in Hebrew and it wasn't.
I didn't say no. I said I'm going to the Hebrew New Testament. Go back and play the clip. I said I'm going to the Hebrew New Testament.
But the thing about the Hebrew, I have the Hebrew New Testament right over there. But when I have the actual book. But when they wrote it, when they have the New Testament, what I'm saying is, in origin, Luke wasn't in Hebrew. Luke was in Greek. No, I'm telling you why this is important. So when someone takes the Greek of Luke, and when it comes to that word virgin, which is Parthenos, and they translate it to Bethula, but Matthew is using the true word, which is in Hebrew. Matthew is in Hebrew, and they're quoting Isaiah 7:14. We have to go with Isaiah 7:14 from a Hebrew perspective because Matthew was written in Hebrew. That's what I'm saying. So
we're going to do both. We're going to do both.
No, we're not. But we'll brush it down.
My argument was never that it was originally written in Hebrew. That wasn't my argument.
But the word you
saying that, hold on, okay, I would just say I was going to pull it up in that, and I was also going to show in the Greek and also show in the English language. I was going to do all of them.
Yeah, literally. I mean, you can show it, but I just want the audience to know that there's a biasness when you say in Hebrew it's Bethula, when you know that wasn't what it was originally written in. If you just said Matthew, you have to say Hebrew, Isaiah 7:14. So it's calling Mary Hebrew from Isaiah 7:14, not from like Genesis 24:16 when it says a virgin, neither has she known any man. There's a difference in the context and honesty. But let me get to.
All right, that's it, y'all.
All right. And Parthenos also means.
Hey, brother, come on, Sly, you ain't gotta be nice. There you go. Let's meet that nigga and get him out of here.
All right, that's it. Brother. All right, Captain, close us out, man.
Hey, shout out to everybody. Hey, Sinetta, man, I appreciate you being on my behind about getting this presentation done. It actually turned out pretty good. I got to work on another one. I'll do, man.
You got to say pause, Captain. You got to say pause.
What did I say that was bad? What did I say?
You said I'm on your behind.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was trying. You know what's funny? I'm trying not to use cuss words. And so that's the word that came
Come on, man. You said you appreciate me being on your behind.
Oh, okay. Brother. I appreciate you pushing me
Right, there you go.
There we go. I appreciate you pushing me.
We don't play these games,
brother. I appreciate you pushing me to do the lecture. Me and Sinetta got some things coming up. Looking forward to what we got coming up later. We're going to keep working on it. Make sure y'all subscribe to HOK, subscribe to Sinetta Studios. Don't stop supporting this brother. Sinetta has been my brother since 2013. The only brother that could say we never had it falling out. And
That's right.
I like that. So y'all make sure y'all support that brother. I'm Captain Tazaryach of ISHBK and the Commander Jenny Hanna. And until next time, I say shalom.
All right. Peace, peace. Brother. Hey, Captain.
Yeah.
You got to go, Cap?
Hey, Cap.
Go. Yeah.
Yo, hold on, Captain. Let me show you the stuff that I got, man.
Cap.
Yo, hold on, brother. Hold on, man. Yo, we done. We done with all that. We're closing out. I want to show you what I got, Cap. You ain't ready for this type of stuff, man.
Let me see.
I got Hebrews and all that, brother. And the Hebrews make my music too. Listen to this. I stand up for y'all. I'm telling you, man, y'all ain't ready for me, Captain. I'm versatile. I'm versatile with this music.
I can't see you, Si. You got me highlighted. I can't see you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to see you. Let's hear this song.
Yeah, I'm highlighting. Yo, listen, man.
I stand up for y'all, but I don't need anything. No, he got my back and he won't never change. That's loyalty, that's loyal. Me from the bottom, we from above. I stand up for y'all, but I don't everything. No, he got my back and he won't never change. Never change. Loyalty, that's loyal. Me from the bottom, we from above. I stand up for y'all, and the spirit in me. Stay out that black, cause that's some bricks he will be in me. I love that brother with a fan, cause they ain't really friendly. Sleeping on the floor, head down, they don't really feel me. Raise them on like he was 10, no, they don't really hit me. Women make me blow and smoke, it's a chimney. Ain't no joke, don't own it with me. I'm known from blocks to hoods, no need to mention names. Oh yeah, we do this for y'all, but they don't mean anything. If for them babies, they had nothing but a pray for rain. If for them young ones, they would be, it would raise the pain. I bring that sword from my mouth, we gon' make a change. I stand up for y'all, I won't praise his name. I stand up for y'all, but I don't need anything. No, he got my back and he won't never change. That's loyalty, that's loyal. Me from the bottom, we from above. I stand up for y'all, but I don't everything.
That's my closeout song, Cap. You ain't ready for this music, man. I'm telling you.
It's that's the song you play in this battle. We're gonna whoop your ass.
No, that's not the song that I play in the battle. I will play this one though.
Now let me hear it. Let me see.
Cat. Yeah. See, I'm gonna hold the best for last. I ain't gonna give you everything, Captain.
Yeah, it's gonna be
close out with what you got. Close out with something, man.
I was trying to find it, but see, my songs is gangster though, so I don't know if you're ready for my.
You dealing with the gangster stuff. We dealing with waking the people up. That's what I'm telling you, man.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. You want to deal with gangsters or you want to wake the people up?
Yeah, we deal with both. We deal with both. Yeah.
Hold on, watch. See, I saved the best for last. You wanna wake the people up, or you wanna deal with gangsters?
Time to set the stage with the lights off. Let the little nigga breathe to the fight slow.
Yeah,
you ain't never like the room with the bright sauce. Hail Mary, they despise what the light brought. Let them roach niggas bleed if they can't see. Side near the TV, what you can't be. They say that murder on my mind, now they can't breathe. Take a picture of the crew, that's your last peep. Oh, it need me or love, yeah, that's just me. Keep them jumping like some frogs, so they might be leave with the sunset. And they don't really wanna bleed from the gunplay. And like mine, niggas smoking weed on the one-way street, nigga. Yeah, we see we outside with it. Pull up to the base like we might be with it on guard. Side these niggas like bullshit and they fraud. Let me chop them down with the sword. Walk them down like they live bars. This the toughest you gon' be in, we too hard. And you don't really want that smoke, my G. With B-side in a TV. This the toughest environment, the toughest environment to be in.
Come on, Captain.
Hold on, I'm about to
get him out of here.
Well, I'll play one song right here. Can y'all hear this one?
Yeah, I can hear it. We can hear it.
All right, I'm gonna play that one. It's from Captain Akkad.
Captain Akkad.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all ready for our music.
Captain Akkad is mean with it. I already know.
She know I'm in the coat. She's still gonna give me some.
Oh man.
See, I like gangster music like that. So that's where we coming from, and that's a light one.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's all right, but you know, my joint bring the consciousness like something like this. Uh-oh.
You did it again, man.
We versatile over here, baby.
HOK, Field Marshall, you know? None of them can bother dance on the top. Revelation, violate the general. End up in a blood clot funeral home. Anchor the AK, Jabari got the chrome. Hector was the hard, we're sending them home. Regina the alley with a Cuban and a galley. Send you back on Isle Valley with a shot in your toe intellectually. How click the link if your scholarship sloppy. More just want make you cry with the truth. No lie, my youth, him a real historian. 21 gun salute for commission. Not a brother, a hustle, a move like all I found the black woman not all like Tulsa and a yarn of our sister freedom. I don't hold panel, no one time for Bible thumping. The minute them see me come, revidiation set. From here the trendsetter. None of them can bother dance on it. None of them can bother dance on it. Them got a podcast but saw better.
Coast to coast, we be banging. Bringing all this knowledge, we be slanging. In the HOK, we don't do no entertaining.
Speak the truth, speak the facts.
What the niggas just a layman. Better get on one accord. The future can be yours. Ancestors push you more. We gotta go explore. The sciences and math. The future's based on class. You bout to catch my wrath. We turning up this track.
In the dark minds of the right.
The dark heart still fight. We gotta make this right. Talk right now. We learn how to stand up and stand proud. No man down. We fam now. House of the conscious, my clan now.
From here the trendsetter. None of them can bother dance on it. None of them can bother dance on it. Them got a podcast but saw better.
When I look at you niggas, I see what I'm not. Go take him, a little bit of her, mix it with them, I put them in a pot. Still can't get none like me. It might sound the same, but it's unlikely. One white tee, if I lift it up, then you niggas gonna see where the gun might be. I thought I told ya. Afro information, revelation, we some soldiers. So I never put this team together, now it's over. We got the weight of the world up on my shoulder. When you get conscious information, hearts turn colder. Now look at these trappers who rapping the same, so stuck in their lane, systemically, chemically. I'm thinking something is wrong with their brain. As long as they paid and for in the chain, I got nothing to say. They in love with the gang. I traded my gang for change, and now that I changed a few things, still say the same.
Frankie are the trendsetter.
Yo, man, I'm telling you, you can't go toe to toe with me, man.
That's probably the best one that I. I like Benjamin music, so that's
my man right here. That's Revelation. You see him in the middle, right under you.
That one was fire. It was fire.
That's Revelation right under you, brother. He's right under you.
Oh, okay, yeah, I like that song. So
yeah, man. Yo, man, you can't go toe to toe with me with the music. I'm telling you.
You know what? I'm gonna send Tazaryach. I'm gonna send Tazaryach. Let him handle it.
But see, you got gangster music. We getting away from that.
We got some R&B. Listen, we got R&B music.
Waking up people up, brother. We waking out people up.
R&B music. We got all type of music, man. Don't worry, we got you covered.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Hold on, let me see. Hold on, wait, hold on 1 second. Wait, I want to get one more song before I go.
Hey, let me just say peace to the panel, Captain Tazaryach. Thank you for entertaining the question. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Sa. All right, everybody.
All right, no space. So I'm gonna share my
blessings,
screen.
brother.
Coming from YouTube. This
all right, thanks, man.
So I'm gonna play this one, but I got to share my screen for this one because it's coming from YouTube. All right, hold on 1 second. You hear that? You hear that sound? Straight One West right here. That's how our music go right there.
Hey, yo, Captain, you know what's going down tonight, right? This is going to be the first time they did this in 15 years. You know what's going down, right?
No, what's that?
The firing squad.
What's that?
A firing squad. You know, they're getting ready to execute somebody through the firing squad.
Nah, I didn't know.
You don't know about that?
I don't know.
All right, let me tell you. Let me give you a little more details. In South Carolina, is that where Apostle at?
That I'm not.
Is Apostle there? Apostle, man, he's still. You know, Apostle just got his machine, the Roadcaster Pro. He don't know how to hook it up, Captain. he just got it. He don't know how to hook it up. So yeah, they're gonna be.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
In South Carolina is going down drill tonight.
Man, that's good.
Yeah, as an execution.
Yeah, it's a white man they about to do it too. That's good.
Yeah, man, they didn't use the firing squad in over 15 years. They getting ready to bring that.
Using it on the white man.
Look, he's showing us his little joint.
Hey, you better you better call and help him, Si.
Yeah, I told him I'm told him come in the back chat. I help him out.
All right, but sound about the road, man. I appreciate it.
All right, yo, Captain, thank you, man, for spending your time once again, blessing the stage for the people. And yo, I'll see you next week with Pastor Manny.
Pastor Manny.
Be ready. Yeah. Be ready. Pastor Manny ain't no joke.
All right, no sweat. All right, y'all take it easy. Shalom to the panel. All right. All right, so I wanted to do that presentation for my brother Si. He been asking me to do the lecture on Islam, and I don't think nobody can really fight against it. And you can't. So I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. I got work to do, so I am about to roll. If you haven't paid your Passover fee, make sure you pay your Passover fee. Make sure you pay your tithes.